And welcome back. Guys, it is officially time. Every single Friday night, we showcase the best of the best. And more importantly than that, it is the very final week of regular season here. There are no more weeks to play for extra points to get into either the end game, which is semifinals, or end up in the lower bracket with all those contenders, chuds, where you got to play some extra matches going into these next couple weekends, all right? So, for a lot of these rosters, this is their final opportunity to play their very best, to get the points they need, and to qualify for the best spot into the combined playoffs here. Pulsar, thank you for the like, by the way. Croissant, welcome. Atmosai, welcome. Before we get into today's games, which will be starting in about 10 minutes, shout out to Competitive Integrity, let's take a look at our scoreboard. Because right now, the overall standings will dictate who we already see on their way to semifinals. So you've got teams like from UCD all the way up to Fisher here, pretty safe, right? These are triple-digit rosters that have done well almost every single week, have consistently been within that upper lobby. Fisher Esports at 133, Cumberland at 127, Bellevue at 126 there, and diminishing as we go down. A little tie for KSU Black and Up. Burping. Anyways, 1 point less for Southern Mississippi Esports. Now, this is where it does get a little bit more chaotic. Teams like CSUF Blue are going to be about 14 points ahead of rosters like Augusta. Here's the problem, though. Teams like ISU Farmers, the same cannot be said. Iowa State are currently only 1 point ahead of Augusta right now. The chance that Augusta can maybe usurp them is very, very real. If ISU have a bad day and Augusta performs out of their mind, we could be seeing that switch up. Where's the tier list at? Any people argue for their spots? Well, I'll tell you what. I love tier lists. I love content. Problem is, Zephyr has a much, much more important piece of content that takes priority over Collegiate, and it's his own competition with his own money baked into it. It is the IRL Collegiate Apex Olympics. There, of course, you see our next contestant that will be participating, the law, Mr. Uber Martinez. There he is representing the University of Houston. He will be the 4th contestant of the picture. Shake my head only because of Calc 2. You know, it sucks, Scrap, but it just is what it is. ISU Farmers are literally the best. Close your eyes. You might be doing a lot of that today because ISU Farmers, they've had problems, okay? They've had problems, and men like Group T, which, by the way, will be at the IRL Collegiate Apex Olympics, they have not looked super good. Kayak is fucking goated. Kayak is not on the ISU Farmers. Kayak is on the ISU Haymakers. That's a different roster. Shout out, though, to Kayak. Currently, where are they rating right now? The ISU Haymakers are currently... they're 11th. Same shit, different day. Well, I'll tell you what, close your eyes. It's actually a very big distinction here because the ISU Haymakers cannot skip to semifinals next week. Now, Haymakers are pretty secured in their spot. Kayak, he will likely be in the upper bracket, but it does mean that someone like Kayak is going to have to play one extra match day compared to, say, look at Group T. Group T, Kamal and not Koryu here in number 20th. If they maintain a top 20, they do not have to play the upper bracket. Either way, ISU anything is goated and Kayak is the best. Well, we'll see tomorrow. You've got contenders coming up on Saturday and Sunday for Kayak. As for the ISU Farmers, though, they are going to be playing today, and they have one opportunity to secure this top 20 positioning. The same for teams like KSU Gold, SJSU Blue at 74 points, Texas A&M Maroon, technically only 13 points ahead of Augusta right now. Now, granted, anything can happen. A very, very bad day for Texas A&M can transform into a bottom 20 performance. Your team's on the cusp, though. Augusta 1 point away. UCF Knights currently 7 points away. UT Orange all the way at a lovely 8. And massive numbers needing to be exchanged for teams like RIT, Western Outlaws, and even more for University of Houston or U Ottawa. Good evening, small guy. Croissant, I didn't get to answer this. Who you think has the chance out of the non-bye teams to get the points? Who do you think has a chance out of the non-bye teams to get the points? Croissant, what do you mean? I don't even understand that. Like, I'm not even quite sure what teams you're targeting with that question. Who are the non-bye teams? Because almost everybody, like, here's the combined Stage 2 playoffs. This giant sheet here. Are you talking like Premier Division? Because the top 20 get a huge bye. Like the Premier teams close to 20 place. Okay. Who do you think has the chance of the non-bye teams to get points? Huh. It's kind of weird. We need a pregame song. What kind of pregame song are you feeling? We have point redemptions for pregame songs, okay, Mr. Kindly Monkey. You know how it goes. Party in the USA. I technically cannot do that, just because, I am going to be DMCA striked, and I do not have it set up to be at least set up like that. I also don't have Spotify or anything like that. I don't really listen to music in my free time. Let's take a look at the standings graphic right now, because these are going to be the teams that will be competing. KSU Black, CSUF Blue, Purdue Black, ISU Farmers are in here in the upper lobby. That means they can contest for more points. Fisher's fine. SJSU, they're competing for a little bit of better seating as well. They're currently 18th right now. West Virginia Wesleyan Kaiju's in 13th. They should be okay. TMU Bold. Where's TMU Bold? They should be pretty high. Yeah, 14th. What else? UT Orange, UFC Exodus. Oh my gosh, UT Orange is actually out of the picture right now. So UT Orange, this is a big day for them. Apex Olympic event, the Trident Run. I drive my car at you and you try not to get hit. Arc, what a fantastic idea. Let me pen that in. Let's put someone who's going to be the legend for that. I don't play 1 week and apparently my team forgot how drafting works and what time. Truthfully, that sucks. Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, UFC Exodus, they are at least in the top 10 right now, so they are safe. Bellevue and Ottawa, there they are in the top 5. RIT Orange is out of the top 20 right now. They are in 24th. Texas A&M Maroon, 17th. Could be bad, depends on how it goes. Minnesota State Mavericks in 10th. They should be okay. What else? He don't go to UFC? Yeah, I know he doesn't go to UFC. I'm talking about the teams in order right now. Thank you. I appreciate that aside. USU Goats, they're the next team up. They, I think, are going to be one of the furthest teams. Yeah. Currently 29th overall with 49 points. USU Goats would have to have one of their greatest performances of all time to qualify in the top 20 today. Hey! OI! O-Icicle, my sweet summer child, my goat upon goats. The gentleman who makes it all happen in the last day of regular season that we're all going to be watching today. Where's my red marker? Oh, there it is. It's on the floor. OI, you get a little nice extra underline on the sign. Thank you so much, OI. Huge love to you. And hopefully today's entertaining. I was going over who's kind of on the cusp right now. UCF Knights, they are a very big team to watch. 60 points, 7 or 8. That's not hard to get around them. You know, not 4 or 5, about 7 or 8. Some would say 6, 8, maybe 7. We'll see how they do. St. Clair Saints Green, they are a team that is going to be very safe. 8th overall. Southern Mississippi is fine. UA Crimson, they did manage to make it here, but I'm not even quite sure they can qualify. Yeah, I'm not even sure if they can actually actively qualify. They're already done. Yeah, no matter... OI, this is really funny. No matter where Alabama places today, if Alabama places first in this lobby, they still are going to be in the bottom 20 because right now they have 30 points. Number 1 would give them 55. 55 is still not even above 24 or 25th. Coach Squid, you caught on to my joke, and I appreciate it because I'm about as chuddy as it gets. That is kind of crazy. Alabama, it does not matter how they do. I mean, I love that team, but I mean, if you play like shit for several weeks straight, you play like shit for several weeks straight. So I guess the big ones to watch are going to be ISU Farmers, teams like Texas A&M, RIT Orange, UCF Knights. We're open to scratch a top 10. Hey, seeding is seeding here. Albeit last time around when we did break up the semifinals, that would put you guys right now in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You guys would be about like 6th or 7th pick. If we get 3rd, we pass Cumberland. Oh, shit. You're right. Because little did we just discuss. That is right, folks. Cumberland shit the bed last week. Oh, I don't have access. Can someone send me the other lobby? The lower lobby? Because Cumberland is not going to be joining us in the upper lobby today. I'm here, Zephyr. Don't worry, I'm here. Kayak, I'm so glad you're here. You have a fan in chat, by the way. You had someone come in. Their name is Close Your Eyes 96, and they were obsessed with you. Cumberland isn't shitting. They're on vacation. Well, I will say, no matter what, Cumberland could play today. Cumberland could do whatever they want. Even if they lose a bit of their seeding, Cumberland's fine. Cumberland is more than safe and secured here. Whoever does better between us and USM gets the better seed. Okay. I mean, yeah, KSU, Ottawa, Southern Mississippi, you guys are competing just right there alongside each other. Only 1 point of separation. Kayak is running through all the competition. You know, that's true. He will run through the competition tomorrow when he plays. I love that. You're playing tonight? No shit. Are you playing in Premier League tonight? Really? You're subbing? Who are you subbing for? Kamal, not Koryu? Kamal's absent? Oh my god. Holy shit. All right. Kayak is getting the call up to the upper levels. He's back in Premier League. Okay. Dream Chaser. Good to see you, my man. Good to see all of you, by the way. I don't know if I said that enough. Yeah, CSUF Blue. We were talking about it earlier with Truthfully. Should be okay. Right now, they are in this lobby, but should be very safe with 80+. Big leagues we're calling. Oh, hey, he's got the chance to prove it. That being said, character selection is live on my second PC, which does mean we are going to get into game here in about 5 minutes. Let's start with our favorite predictions because those are what truly matter most. Over, under, lobby quality. Let's put this one at 6.5. Over, under. For a lot of these teams, they are already very secured. So the fact that they are secured could mean that they play like dipshits, right? Typically, when these teams understand that there's no pressure on the line, they turn into complete chuzz. If UT clutches and finishes top 20 Premier, do you go bald? No. Thank you. No, thank you. I love my hair, small guy. Gotta keep it. It doesn't even look bad. Look at that. Hair's looking good today. I might have combed it beforehand, though. So, yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. All right. Games are officially started here. Why is it making me watch ads? I am a subscriber. I don't know why it does that sometimes. That's a very Twitch issue. It'd look better bald. Guys, I would not look better bald. All right. Here's my... I'm like pulling it back as much as I can there, but there's more head up here too. I do not think it would look that good. All right. I am thinking, I will say, you know what would look really good? I'm dropping weight right now. I'm going to lose about 20, 30 pounds, and I'm just going to go full skinny. I'm going to get a skinny max. All right. I'm thinking Ozempic style decisions. I'm just going to drop an insane amount of weight. Okay. And I think I'm not even fat. Okay. I just want to get skinnier. I'm not even large. I just want to get disgustingly skinny. What's up, Soros? Welcome back to the broadcast. My favorite drowning individual. Not that you're drowning, but just the fact that you like to make me drown. It is good to see you, albeit it's never good to see your points coming. Where the hell is this Rubik's Cube? Oh, there's a hydrate. All right, Soros, here you go, buddy. Water. Delicious, delicious, crispy water. All right, well, while we wait, we might as well pop in game. You guys can see who's in the lobby tonight. KSU Black, Elixir Kindly Monkey Limbox, that is the classic. CSUF, Crimson Monk Allow, R4S7A X420. No idea what's going on there. Rasta? Maybe Rasta 420? Is that what you're trying to say? Anyways, Purdue Black, Waukee, Dreamcast, ISU Farmers does in fact have Kayak playing tonight. Fisher's got the full roster. Slothulous, Golden, Dom 2 cracked. SJSU Blue, no Nikosu. Instead, Ton of Claymaster is going to continually step in for that roster. And Mikai and Drake, Dean PS, they're fine. Xylot, Nitfen. And we are missing one there for TMU Bold. KQL, nowhere to be seen right now. Of course, UT Orange, Caden, Gold, and YKai. That's a roster that needs to step the fuck up tonight. UFC Exodus, Pay For Sure, FPSA there in Carvester. Bellevue, you've got Juxie Muffins, and I assume that's Voddery, who's for some reason changed his name to Air and Opportunity. Someone's got to explain the joke, because I do not understand it. Cloak Reaped, RJ for Ottawa. Jack Parsnips, not Rowan for RIT Orange. Tamu Maroon's got the full gentleman's in play. Hold on, let me just, no one cares. Bang. Okay, Grap, Arctic, Swifty. Oh, Swifty's playing in instead of Know You. That's broken. Meadsy, Schmalls. I don't see a third for them. Blank, Goth, Chirp, FaZe, Sloshy, Medusa. They're also missing one, it looks like. Lucky, Abezi, Rusty. USM's got the full team, and Alabama also isn't. I get yelled at when I change my name, but they let VOD play with some dumb name. Yeah. Yeah. That's classic OY favoritism right there. MNSU is a duo today. That's rough. I already told him to change it. And the craziest thing, OY, is he just doesn't listen. He just doesn't listen. Can you believe that? Can you believe how offensive these players are? Guys, can we get those viewership numbers up? Just straight begging for views now. Guys, can we get those viewership numbers up for once? Come on, guys. They threatened to kick me from the lobby if I don't change it. Yeah, not VOD. Not VOD. Little bit of favoritism. What can we say? And it's understandable, too. He is just, like, the better player, you know? And so good players, they get all this extra love. It's crazy. It is crazy. I like you question mark, he is the better player. Like it's not true. I'd rinse that guy. Yeah. Yeah, totally. Yeah, of course. All right. First game of the day. We'll be introducing World's Edge here. One final time for the regular season. 2 games before we move on. But the first to start. Teams like West Virginia, safe. CSUF, probably safe. But squads like UT, RIT Orange, UCF Knights, the ISU Farmers, TAMU Maroon, they have got a journey ahead of them if it means qualifying tonight. Metalito! Good to see you. Welcome back to the stream, Manolito. We've got the 20 best teams in Collegiate playing here tonight. This is as good as it gets. This is the... I love Rio Grande. I love Rio Grande, Manolito. But truth be told, this is where the real competition is at. Yo, Nikosu. Nikosu, I just said your name like 5 minutes ago. Good to see you, Nikosu. Any reason you're not playing with SJSU tonight, or was that just a temporary fill recently? Anyways, Fisher Esports, we'll let you answer that as they are looking to answer the staging area's cries for help. I'm just the sub? Got it. Okay. Well, hey, I appreciated seeing you again. It's always fun to see you step in. Dom Kudu Crack, Slothulas, and Golden, they're more than happy to step into absolutely destroying the competition here. University of Alabama, they find themselves in the face of a duo. This is the prime opportunity for Minnesota State Mavericks to get some extra KP, even as a duo. This is honestly huge for them. It's not often that you run into an equal numbers fight here this early. Now, it is going to be Alabama taking to height there. Schmalz and Meadsy aren't going to be able to find that final knock onto the Crimson roster. That being said, Roll Tide might be rolled over here very early on as this one goes. Fisher Esports, they've still got their chase outside of Thermal Station. Remember, this is not where the zone is pulling. We have a very far northwestern pull. Someone could even say Skyhook or into that landslide area as time goes on. For University of Calgary Exodus, our Canadians are very close to maybe getting rinsed here. That being said, Fisher are still sitting on the napkins. This is not a healthy squad, folks. This is a team that looks weak and frail and maybe needs to take a trip to the Evo cache sometime soon. Gold, Dom2 Cracked, and Slothulas, they're going to pull away from that fight, even if they are confidently able to take it. Need to start moving on. For the ISU Farmers, this is the start of a very much needed success today. Remember, this team is currently in 20th, only ahead by 1 point in the overall standings. Now, not Koryu. Not quite sure what I was looking at there, but for the Purdue Black roster, they're going to find themselves potentially dead and in the dirt to begin with here. One remaining member for them, as they are also going to be a solo today. Nice charge rifle shots there. Not Koryu will punish Dreamcast. That's going to be Purdue, the first team eliminated. The Boilers track is fairly short today, and for Bellevue University, we'll see how much longer they survive. Ottawa Pioneers, a confident roster. We'll see how it goes. Inspiring movement from the kid. That is true. Not Koryu. He looked great on that bridge, man. It was impressive. Ottawa Pioneers, though, they look worse. Cloaked, dodging out on the nade, though. That's going to be trades for advantage for Bellevue. Height taken by Vaudry for now. Muffins and the Jukesy combo trying to look for a steal with the altar. Now, I will say Bellevue currently separated. Bellevue is all the way on the low ground there. Ottawa's got this one locked in with that catalyst. So, double piercing spikes in the stairwell covered may not be the place we'll see these teams continue to fight over. Even still, another Arc Star trade for a Thermite. Vaudry's over-peaking that one. Going to be forced to slide down the stairwell here. Another push play then, and it's going to be the Ottawa Pioneers very quickly getting these major beams. Another crack on the peak, and Cloaked is quick to drop down with the Ultra Teleport play here as Vaudry are being picked out. Bellevue University, the regroup that they need. This is going to slow the fight down here. All three members. That being said, though, there is still a split between height. TMU Bold there, St. Clair Saints green, USU Goats, KSU Black, all inside that Skyhook area for the end game as Bellevue and Ottawa, they continue to contest over this western building. Now, granted, this is taking way too much time now. Personally, I think we're making decisions that could get us wiped out here if we see teams like SJSU or any one of our rosters try to third-party out. Even still, Alter Teleport plays. Muffins low there. Might be a massive exchange, but Jukesy and Vaudry are covering the recovery of Muffins. Full Flesh found onto the Ottawa Pioneers, but RJ will find the knock on the Jukesy. That's it for Vaudry. And with Chucks, Muffins left alive. Bellevue are stuck as a solo. There's going to be the Newcastle reset revive, but Bellevue University, that's a first place end for them. 19th. That is absolutely critical for Bellevue to start the day all the way out in 19th in game one. Now, I know this is a team that can come back from this, but that is just, what are we doing? Uninspiring, a dumbass fight. It took half a business day to get to the end of that fight, and what did it mean? Now, University of Calgary there, they're going to be rotating potentially into Fisher. It does seem like we're going to see a successful fight from Kennesaw Black against USU. And while I don't see not USU, sorry, Southern Mississippi are still in the equation here. Looks like it is still those Zach W keys as a solo, and we tune in a little bit late. KSU Black, they get those very, very early knocks, and now we'll tune into St. Clair Saints. Surprisingly, what are we doing? Everybody is fighting out here. TMU Bold, I don't even know if that's a solo or dolo. USM and Bellevue already dead. I know. Huge names. That being said, though, University of Calgary, they're going to join the fray, and this time around, oh no, it's a Group D knock. Oh, it's 2 squads. That's it for Calgary, but this is Iowa State Farmers. They've been caught out here. Kayak, his first assault, leads to the end. Both Calgary and the Farmers will be eliminated at the edge of Harvester there, and you have to wonder who started that exchange, because I'm not even quite sure if it was Fisher really third-partying it. Don't matter since they can have 40-point games. It's true. Teams like USM and Bellevue can bounce back in a way that really makes the fat lady sing. Anyways, Texas A&M, Alabama, Minnesota State Mavericks, and Fisher are the only 4 squads not in zone. The rest of the 10 are going to be within the Skyhook area. I'd be very surprised to see them fight this one out. I will say, I talked to Dom 2 Cracked last night, and he said, me and my jiggly fat titties are going to be taking this match day seriously, which I understand. When he says something like that, that means he is truly locked in. So, for Fisher Esports, I'm expecting a very, very solid first place finish. And especially with Cumberland out of the picture and teams like USM and Bellevue struggling right off the bat, this could be big Fisher dubs. Remember, it is Skyhook, so even if they don't get here initially, they have the chance to come in very late and get themselves inside building. Wizard! Good evening. Hello. Salutations. Guten Tag. Minnesota. You know, they're already safe and secured in the top 20. They've had a great season in the Premier League upper lobbies. I mean, I'm just curious to see how well they can play this out as a duo. Skyhook happens to be one of the best zones to work your way into as a small roster because holding out these buildings can be so easy. All right, and there's an entire chunk of them still available for every single person here. St. Clair Saints, a little separation from that team. It looks like they were maybe trying to set themselves up for that next zone pull. They should be fine. I will say, it'll be a little bit before we really see this one start to decide where we'll fall. Looks like West Virginia and Wesleyan, a knock onto the University of Texas, and when Limbach's a far knock onto Dean PS, seems like Center Pillar here is going to be catching out a couple of these exchanges. For Fisher Esports, Dom 2 Cracked already moving in behind where we saw Minnesota. Maybe a little zip line play and more in store here for the Minnesota State Mavericks. Speed Demon, good to see ya. Speed Demon, Speed Demon, Speed Demon, Speed Demon. Now, I like this from Meadsy, albeit Speed Demon is dead. I don't know where he is. This is tough. Oh, Skyhook getting? Yeah, you guys did bet on... There's a chunk on the over. So, I don't know how to say. I don't know if this is the best decision for Meadsy, but it will delay Fisher from getting a true knock onto Minnesota, so it should be okay. I'm on a plane right now. Where are you flying to, bud?
We should maneuver to that area. Bogey right here.
Alabama. Done as a duo. Now, I never really was going to be a confidence. It is going to be, it was going to be, what's it called? Your mic's dead, fix wire. Ah, so painful. Does this sound better? Good now? All right, hold on, let me just. Testing, 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 testing. Wow, New York. That's a big move. Enjoy it while you can, man. All right. Sorry, Zephyr is going to fix his microphone while we wait. Minnesota, they actually got wiped out. I don't know how they got wiped out. I'm too busy fixing my microphone for today's broadcast. Fisher about to have the most free tunnel rotation. Well, when there's only 12 squads alive on your final day of regular season, what could you expect? You know, it's just how it goes. All right, I have put a massive amount of tape onto the microphone, and that's all that really matters. If you guys notice it pops out again, let me know. I'm going to send it off for repairs when I get some free time. I might have to switch to my other XLR mic for a little bit. Ottawa Pioneers, they already saw success against the likes of Alabama, and now with Kindly Monkey getting caught out here, that is going to be a long-range knock. They are still trying to look towards West Virginia Wesleyan, looking like outer zone, kind of fairly open here. There's no real reason to Ottawa to push this, but hey, trying to get the little altar teleport plays. Break the gas trap from Cloak's position. This is not the full Ottawa roster. They're just trying to see if they can get a sneaky grab on one of West Virginia's teammates. Well, Fisher Esports, they don't opt to take the tunnel, Suarez. They are going to be playing this one out all the way over on the side. Dom 2 cracked, by the way, moving in over towards Ottawa. A knock onto RJ, and we know for a fact Ottawa was separate. Crimson Monkey, another knock onto the Ottawa Pioneers from the other side of CSUF Fullerton. And Fisher Esports have guaranteed this building, and CSUF, they're going to pick up an extra chunk of KP as well. That is the problem about being aggressive like that, especially in critical moments of a zone close there. Teams, if you don't defend them, if you don't hold them off, they will take advantage of you. West Virginia Wesleyan, they'll start sniping out St. Clair, but for teams like Fisher, Ottawa, Fullerton, SJSU Blue, and UT Orange, you've got to start making your way in zone. Now, that building just to the northern side of Texas A&M Maroon is an available spot. And remember, we can get these teams stacked up on each other here in some of these end games. Kennesaw Black, we talk about being on this high ground. It's where they found their full wipe against USM. SJSU Blue looks like they're going to be trying to play underneath that center spire to give them their survivability. Don't encourage him. I've never been to New York. Putting vacation over this, what a joke. Schmalls. You guys are secured though. You guys are okay. You know, you're a perfectly fine gentleman who's in Premier League and will be in Premier League. I don't care. I'm passionate. Damn. This is my last semester. I want to win this shit. Well, first of all, Minnesota's not going to win because they're not good enough. But I like the passion. I love New York. Almost went to RPI or RIT. Didn't know they were in. I did not know they were in New York. That's cool. I didn't know where Rochester was. Well, KSU Black, they get to control the pace of the flow of these Western rotations. Hey, man, have faith in others? No, I was a coach. When I see something terrible, I tell it like it is. Texas A&M were failures until they were not. There's only first place. Whether Guy is somehow geographically challenged? Whoa. I know where New York is, and we already proved that I can get 50 out of 50 of my states correct. Okay, Wizard? Okay, I know where my states are. I just don't know where cities are in the states, because, I mean, that's a little too much information for me. Rochester is known for garbage plates. Oh, okay. I didn't know that's literally where that came from. Anyways, all 12 squads survived. This is Skyhook. See, that's the problem, man. You gotta know the cities. Oh, yeah, you're right. My fucking bad, bro. I forgot. I didn't know the cities. Rochester's actually known for CC finalist stack. Well, I'll tell you what. I don't know how to swing this, but it'll swing into Fisher getting butt fucked here. West Virginia Wesleyan Kaiju, a double knock drop against Golden and Dom 2 cracked from up on high. We're going to get a little limbox shot from afar there for KSU Black. It is mostly West Virginia Wesleyan Kaiju, though, who puts Fisher to rest here. 11th overall. Honestly, I think Skyhook was the problem for Fisher. They like zones that give them the opportunity to feast these other teams. Maple, good to see you again, Maple. RIT, Utah State Goats, Ottawa Pioneers, and Kennesaw Black still in it. Ottawa, that's the team you see reviving right now. Now remember, they do not have any extra resources to work with. They're going to be playing this right beneath Kennesaw. This is a great opportunity. We saw how they got the knocks below them with University of Southern Mississippi. Kennesaw could drop down and wipe out the Ottawa Pioneers when they get a chance. West Virginia Wesleyan Kaiju, I like it as well. Little teleport play. Texas A&M, they're going to pray wherever this Valkyrie ultimate falls is a place to play within. There's going to be the exchange to the outside of building. The high ground is the little bit to work with, but Kennesaw, and you're there. Nice knock shots from afar. Goth will be the defender up backer of the other side to drop down Kylie Monkey. That'll prevent Kennesaw from the full send on to Texas A&M. But at least for now, I mean, multiple squads are going to be taking the full peppering of Kennesaw State Black. That's Crimson Monkey getting caught out again. Nice EMPs canceled by West Virginia Wesleyan on the low ground, but Utah State Goats, UT, CSUF, and St. Clair Saints Green are all in the same building. Texas A&M are down to just one as we see a couple of long-range shots there from the Ottawa roster. And again, Kennesaw Black up above is a punishing foe at the hands of High Ground. One bad peek on that castle wall and you will meet your maker. Texas A&M sniped out by Limbox, and we introduce our single-digit placements. Now, this is just pure chaos. Personally, I think the quality's pretty damn good. For RIT, though, they may be finding an early exit at the hands of the UCF Knights. Both of these teams are not in the top 20 right now. And for RIT, this would have been a big, huge game to survive into the late game. The UCF Knights, though, they're in the same situation. Bottom 20 of the overall Premier League right now. This is a chance for them to make the same exchange. St. Clair Saints, UT, Utah State. I don't know what to say. This is absolutely torrential downpour. Low-key might get points, going to be close. It's pretty dang close here for the finish. UT Orange, CSUF, Utah State, and St. Clair, the 4 of the 8, all in this same building here. The minute they're forced to drop down, you better hope they've got the castle wall, catalyst, or anything to boot to give them their coverage, because they are going to be right out in the open. West Virginia Wesleyan and the Ottawa Pioneers and Kennesaw Black, the same might be said. The competition for this fence line is critical here. Now, Castle Wall is going to be available 14 PS on the low ground with the Nox Gas Grenade. So, I don't think the quality's too bad here. That being said, Kennesaw have made their drop, and it might be a little too early. Ottawa already punishing from the high ground as Limbox will be poked away there. Ottawa Pioneers shot out by KSUF. Somehow, Kennesaw, again, another knock drop is with the Kraber is going to be popping these through the fence line there. Kennesaw, a knock of their own. One remaining member in Elixirs to call them a corner home. I mean, St. Clair Saints and the rest of these teams now, it's a movement. I mean, shout out to getting Utah State. I actually like St. Clair's position here. In the corner for now. This is a really nice rotate with the altar port play. They come in particularly late. Problem is, the University of Texas nade spams in a knock. That's going to take them to the top 3. The Goats go down. The UCF Knights, though, we talk about being empty in a zone like this. West Virginia are still in it to win it on the other low ground. As UT will be picked off, it's a solid 3v3. The UCF Knights, they will have the prime position up above. A first knock found. Sloshy Medusa will be traded as Kai and Drake will be eliminated. One last Newcastle reset. And for the UCF Knights, a game 1 dub. This is a team that is currently, let me remind you, in the overall scoreboard right now, they are 22. The UCF Knights, that fight against Rochester was critical. The fact that the RIT fight, that is what decided the game. Had they lost to RIT, UCF Knights would not be the winner right now. So congratulations to that exchange. Let's take a look at the scoreboard while we wait here. This is going to be the comeback story of a lifetime for this team because they are right on the cusp. So 26 points as it will stand. A first place finish in 14 KP is honestly historic. 7 KP is the next highest, shared by Fisher, Kennesaw, and Ottawa here. No one else really comes close. West Virginia and UT, with their second and third place positioning, only walked away with 4 KP. Honestly, that is about as good as it gets for quality there. I will say, though, that early game was not very good quality. Utah State. Yeah, Utah State, they have a very good survival into that late game. Top 4 overall with 3 KP. 8 points is no joke. And remember, for the Utah State roster, they are currently one of the furthest away today to even get into the top 20. they would need at least, 20 plus points. Utah State has to have a meteoric rise. They need to stay within the top 3 or even further, number 1, to maybe have a chance at making that top finish. It isn't impossible, though. You can get a jump on teams like the ISU Farmers, who are right now only in 14th. They need to have this a turnaround if they're going to stay in the top 20. I asked you guys over under 10 on the quality. It is going to be that over. Let's keep this one running with the UCF Knights. Now, 14 is pretty high on a dub, so we're going to lower it down. Over under. Let's do 6.5 KP UCF Knights. Over, under. We got about, just a minute or two, so let's do 5. 22 points, woo. Yeah. All right. 13 for West Virginia Wesleyan Kaiju. The Longhorns at 11, arguably one of their best performances we've ever seen. But remember, you have demons lying in wait. Ottawa, Kennesaw, Fisher here. You even have down a bit lower Southern Mississippi and Bellevue with 0. And we can't forget Purdue Black, the best team in all of Premier League, currently at 0 as well. They're going to have a great day. Kine and Dean PS haven't played all week because of spring break, so second isn't bad. No, West Virginia Wesleyan Kaiju have looked really, really solid. It's not as dastardly for them. 13th right now with 86. One good performance here. Could very easily put them on the cusp of the top 10 or maybe a little bit further. But we will see how it goes. We're going to pop back into World's Edge. Maple, stop insta-betting bangers. Well, here's the problem. 1.1K on the under. The best team for sure is ACU. Wait, did I say best? No, worst. Yeah, you can't hedge your bets on ACU because they don't even show up to the match day. Now, TMU, still a duo. Purdue Black, a duo. Texas A&M Maroon has become a duo. And it looks like it is going to be Minnesota as well. Yo! Ronnie Brains, I want to talk to you. Thank you so much for the follow, Ronnie. I don't know who you are, Ronnie, but I want you to know that I want to know who you are. Whether it be your personal bio, your personal vendetta, your revenge schemes, or potentially the orphanage that you hold hostage in your basement. I want to know everything and anything about your schemes. Thank you so much, Ronnie, for the follow. You're the type of guy who would make me blow my brains out. If you're nuking your channel points, Maple, this is the place to do it. The over-under, though, is pretty tight for this one with 2 minutes, 45 seconds to go. We're gonna have some. We're gonna have to have some very nice results from the UCF Knights. Ronnie, don't worry about me. I promise I won't do it while you're watching. If you're gonna nuke points, spam hydrate, please don't. I will vomit. 6-7. All right, we'll see. Go Purdue Black. Purdue Black is a duo today, Matthew. I know you love to black on him, but I'll tell you what. This is a struggle for them right now. Somehow FPSA there doesn't go down here, even though it is going to be a catch of a lifetime. It's a beautiful thermite, and it's Fisher Esports already. A nice chunk of damage. Yeah, don't check that scoreboard, Matthew Moose. You do not want to see where Purdue Black is right now. Maple! What a way! What a way to sub! I promise you those ads will be deleted here. Where are you on my lovely sub? Maple, mushroom. I know you're on here, because I've already written it down. There's so many subs. New postcard recipient. Maple has officially become a postcard recipient. Subscribing for 3 consecutive months means you gain yourself the Zephyrcast March postcard. Shout out to FBSA there. A knock on a Dom 2 crack. Now, it is going to be the Calgary roster very low here, but if they heal this out successfully, They could very easily beat Fisher. Still, though, Golden, a 99 knock. And here it comes. The Fisher response recovery. If Dom hadn't gone down early, this would already be done here. Slothula's in Golden, though. A duo, and now probably going to play for this reset up above. Slothula's will stick it. It's up to Golden to hold off the rest here. There's the dive to the stairwell on the inside. It's too late. It's too late. You've already wasted your time. You've already screwed up. That's a knock on the Aether. A nice snipe and a drop back as the Calgary roster just did not make the exchange for revives there. And Fisher, they actually set themselves up for a nice spot next to zone. That's actually probably a bad thing. Bellevue University right alongside, I believe this was Utah State. Yeah, sadly for Utah State Goats, they just don't get to survive. Another wipe for them, and that's our first two teams eliminated here, making their way into the zone.
One squad got one of them far.
Let's go here.
Maple, I don't think you're on the sign. I need you to pick a color for the sign. Ooh, Zach W. Keys, smooth as vanilla. This is a man who knows how to make that Valkyrie ult count. That's going to be Southern Mississippi. Another knockdown onto Rasta 420. This could be the rest of this team picked off here. It is one saving grace of a zip line that will split the Fullerton roster, but allow, well, still snipe. Do I have purple, pink? I have both. Would you like to pick one? Yeah, CSU at Fullerton. I don't know how Fullerton was able to get out of that. It could lead into Ottawa and Southern potentially fighting here in a second, though. Half purple, half pink. That I can do. I will make it both. There you go.
Let's migrate over there.
There you go. Maple, you've got a nice little purple and pink alternating letters right next to Limbbox. Thank you so much for the subscription again. Your name might already be on there. I just literally can't look through all 100 of them. Now, Matthew Moose, I don't know if you're still watching, but that's it for Purdue. And for Alabama, they're just as quickly picked away at the hands of Fisher here. Fisher Esports not wasting any time to catch on up. Instead, looks like we will see SJSU, a nice knock onto the West Virginia Wesleyan roster, as seems like everybody is happy to fight tonight. Looks like West Virginia, though, able to pull away for just a little bit longer there. All right, T Orange maybe coming on into third party this behind SJSU. That might give West Virginia the chance to survive here on the other side of Harvester. Maple, that gay creature thing. Never call yourself a creature for being gay. Being gay is a completely normal and wonderful thing. Albeit, if you just want to be a creature because creatures are cool, like Mothman, that also works too. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. I didn't say I'm an ally. I'm an enemy. That's all. Holy shit. I went all. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Say goodbye. Whoa, did you call me an ally? Whoa, whoa, whoa. My name is Ego, okay? And I'll tell you how much of an ally I am in 20 very specific words. Let's start with word number 1. What's good? Golden! Golden's brother. Welcome back. We're having fun. Last day of Premier League, my man. Oh, 15 squads remaining currently into Game 2. Teams like UCF Knights are leading with a dub out of Game 1 and are still in it right now, southern side of zone. Plenty of teams definitely going to be setting up for a Harvester finish. Fisher Esports might be fighting into St. Clair Saints in just a second there. ISU Farmers on the other side of Lava Siphon, the Ottawa Pioneers. No captures. No captures found whatsoever. Gas traps down off of the edge of that EMP. SJSU will continue to defend for themselves. For Bellevue University, though, outside of Geyser, turns into a knock against Southern Mississippi there. That is going to be a full thirst against VOD. And now Bellevue and USM are both a duo. Lurk time, gonna go make some food and go touch grass. Wait. I'm gonna make a lurk command. I'm gonna make a lurk command for fun. Hold on, just give me 1 second. Let me do it. New command. Perfect. Okay, exclamation point lurk is now a command. Check that out. Thank you so much for being around, Suarez. Holy shit. You never have to no comment lurk, by the way. If you want to lurk and just dick around, it's totally fine. Thank you, though. You can always just pump a hydration my way whenever you feel. Now, for most rosters, especially teams like Fisher, Bellevue, and USM, they're not in zone. Well, I mean, Fisher is. But I will say, they have the chance to just take their time on the very edge. God damn it. Ottawa Pioneers might wipe out ISU Farmers. Group T is down. It's up to Kayak and not Koryu to hold down the fort here wherever the rest of the Iowa State roster is. Yeah, they're completely separated. So this is the perfect time for Zephyr to go get a water.
Contact with target. Target spotted. Let's go over there.
All right, I'm back. Are we dead? I wasn't paying attention. No, you guys are fine. You guys are totally fine. Sorry, I had to get a water because a redemption of water. Lewis is gonna cast this next section. Why do you smell so good? Oh my gosh, he smells so good right now. Is the baby feeling better? He is. He's feeling a lot better. Thank you so much for asking. I don't know if Kai and Drake from West Virginia is going to be feeling much better, though. That is going to be a full thirst there. And the Kaiju roster is now stuck as a duo. Envy, I don't know why you'd peek that. A full dive from the rest. And KSU Black might be rotated in, yeah, from the other side. Bellevue University coming on in here as a third party. Let's go. Thank you for making me laugh. No problem, Maple. That's always... You know what? For $5, you pay $5, you get a little laugh, okay? Enlightened, welcome back. Good to see you, friend. Can't say it looks like your roster is going to be doing too well today. Kennesaw Black caught out there. One remaining member for Kennesaw running on the edge of the zone. Vaudry is chasing this down for up but a second. One last tick against the Kennesaw team would finish the job here. And Vaudry is opting to full send it. Why not? There's no reason not to. It's a full gatekeep either way. And here comes the rest of the Bellevue roster to maybe do the same. I'm not an ally, I'm a hit. Whoa. Let's not go spreading that around now, okay? I could be like T-squared. When he said a certain thing, I can't even repeat. Then I'll never really get ALGS. Kennesaw, that'll be the end of them. No surprise from Bellevue. There's the reset for West Virginia Wesleyan Kaiju, and yeah, they're going to be able to get their member back into play. For the ISU Farmers, the same cannot be stated today. Looks like Group T and the rest of ISU might be picked off here. Even still, one is going... Streets are saying, you know, ego Zephyr's ult. If I shot as good with that guy, even with cheats, you know what? Actually, never mind, because he cheated. So who cares? Ripperoni, bro. Oh. 14 squads left. TMU Bold might be going out to zone as not Koryu is that remaining member for the ISU Farmers. Ottawa, I mean, they've got a little bit of control. SJSU, a revive coming in late here as it looks like TMU Bold might go down to Fisher on the other side. I think cheating is the least of his problems. It might be the rampant racism, but, you know, is what it is. Minnesota State Mavericks might be joining the box here on the other side shortly. He was cheating, that guy who we went back for with the whole scrim. I thought someone said he has like an entire TikTok account dedicated to cheating and stuff. On top of the racism. Yeah. West Virginia Wesleyan Kaiju. Even though they went for that revive, they weren't actually able to sustain all three members. And it looks like Bellevue confidently sliding down to the low ground could find a duo reset against West Virginia. Shout out to the ISU Farmers, still alive and in it, even as a solo. I just bit my tongue. University of Texas, a little snipe there, but UCF Knights, St. Clair Saints, the Longhorns, I would even say RIT, albeit they can climb up. None of these squads are in zone. Fisher, Minnesota, Fullerton, and, well, no, not Southern Miss, but Fullerton, Minnesota, and Fisher, all also not in zone as well. Well, 0 seconds to go, and the mass deletion here, and this is, I mean, there's no real space to play on a lot of these spots. Minnesota's completely separated, so Meadsy will drop a nade, but one bad push play there, and that could be the end. Fullerton stuck out over on the edge, and they were tracked by Fisher originally. While they do have the Valkyrie ultimate, it looks like Fisher will take to the sky. Oh, so similarly. Everyone else, just awful positioning. There's no cover to work with there. A knock already found. A crack for Parsnips here. And RIT will wipe out the University of Texas. Vod with a little knock onto the phase. And that tells me that, yeah, UCF Knights joining them. CSUF Blue as well. Now, shout out to Fisher. Able to play the high ground here last second. That's what makes the Valkyrie so strong competitively right now. Being able to get so much information here. And for a team like Fisher, they've just guaranteed they've got themselves a spot on the other side of that western edge of zone. Man, this is booty cheeks. This is booty cheeks finish, bro. Guys, look at this end zone. None of Harvester's in. Okay, that's a lie. Some of Harvester is in, but that entire southern section, St. Clair, Ottawa, right, RIT, SJSU Blue, I mean, all of this will be gone.
Let's go over there.
All right. Zephyr is going to drink some more water because he has a wicked headache for no reason suddenly.
Quick, go here.
Fisher's in it to win it, Juliet. Right now, they're currently on that northern side of zone. They do have a walk-in, albeit it might be a competitive one. St. Clair Saints, the outer rock here is usually where we sometimes see these teams hold on. But for now, let's tune in with West Virginia, Fisher, and the likes of Bellevue. Now, Minnesota stuck as a duo up above, Bellevue down below. Fisher did lose out on Slothulas entirely. They're on the roof of this current position here. Little crack around the back, and that might be West Virginia that we see from Bellevue. Well, let's see how this goes. No banner recovered, as we will pronounce not Koryu's name here. Fisher will be in, and Bellevue, they wipe out West Virginia Wesleyan in the meanwhile here. By the way, Fisher could make one bad peek and face a knock to Meadsy. For now, let's take a look at the rock. Once previously held by the St. Clair Saints, now assaulted upon by the Rochester Tigers. There's a couple of ports down to the low ground. A nice dive and jump from Parsnips there. Will get the knock onto a Bezzy against the St. Clair Saints. A knock response in return from Lucky, and not Rowan and Jack. They're able to find long-range shots here as Bellevue will put away one piece of that puzzle. RIT on the outside. Ottawa Pioneers as a duo. USM are trying to fly this in for one last second. Thales, I mean, just barely stuck alive there. Meadsy will be found, and there's so many pieces of rosters here in this endgame. Golden and Dom2 Cracked as a duo have made it further this time into top 6 overall. SJSU playing the Fissure alongside them. RIT, Bellevue on the interior. Up above them, Fissure. Ottawa on the stairwell down below. I mean, it is a disgusting stack there. Wild Panda Haas, my friend, from the National. The ball, Wild. Right? Fissure Esports are committed to the inside. Lottery there. Oh! Oh my gosh, the drill! It is a perfect drill from Golden, burning through the Bellevue roster. Like it or not, they will still reset, and finally Muffins will be pieced away here. Golden doesn't have any more. Oh, my mic fell apart during that. Holy shit. It looks like SJSU will confidently drop down to the low ground and wipe out RIT from behind. As Southern Miss come through from the low, it is going to be Ottawa out from their stairwell and a guaranteed knock to go with it. SJSU Blue, a tease from the outside now. 3 squads remaining, and Bellevue will wipe Pioneers from the other end. SJSU are low, but Bellevue are a duo. Still, a Viking cap is knocked, and Tunniclay and Shrub have to pull off the 2v2. For some reason, we're reviving, but you know what? SJSU will still find a knock in response. Major cracks found, and a knockdown shield could be enough, and yes! SJSU have picked up the dub! Congratulations to San Jose State University.
We have our Apex champions.
I can't believe SJSU just won a game. Look at these platinum chuds. Look at these platinum chuds. Picking up a dub against pro-level players. Some would say they deserve to be in Pro League. All right, see this? This is Zephyr, who's going to pop on over the scoreboard, but more importantly, tape his microphone down. That's right. We got one little sticky there. And that, now that ain't going nowhere this time. All right. If that actually comes up during broadcast, insane. It's temporary. It's a temporary secretary until I'm able to send the mic back to Shure to get a repair, which, by the way, is kind of expensive. That's just how it goes. Ooh, I have a package. Let's take a look at the scoreboard because, shit, we're moving on pretty quickly. Fine. I'll grab the package in a second. Bellevue will get the most points there. 16 KP with the second place placement. First place for SJSU with 12 or 8 will be a 20 totally. Of course, Ottawa Pioneers with third place with 8 will be 15. Fissure, 6th place finish, but 10 KP, the second highest into that game. Southern Mississippi with 4, West Virginia with 4, and no one else really gets any KP. The UCF Knights, your bets, send them to the under. That is going to be now the overall scoreboard being UCF Knights still in the lead, surprisingly, but Bellevue jumps up 17 positions for a 25-point tie with the Ottawa Pioneers jumping up 1 position. SJSU Blue with their win will jump all the way up to 4th place with an 8-round wish for Fish. 21 points there for 5th overall as West Virginia, UT Orange, KSU Black, and the St. Clair Saints Green are all taking a little bit of a knockdown, but there are still 4 games to go. It will be a caustic ban into this next game. Let's take a look at our winner, SJSU Blue. They came out with 1 KP in that game, 8 in this one. Let's target Shmub. Let's do a Shmub over under 2.5. How about that? Over under Shmub 2.5. All right, over, under. You guys get 2 minutes to get your bets in. Thank you so much. At least I only bet 10. That's the way you do it. Get your points in. 2 minutes to go. We're going to be popping on over to our next map. Storm Point will be the place to play. Right now, the UCF Knights have Down Beast, and alongside them, some big names like Bellevue will be starting. Where the hell's Bellevue? All the way in Devastated Coast. Jesus. Fissure Esports and Bellevue. That might be very interesting. All right, we're getting back in the game. Zephyr's going to go grab his package. All right. Just in the nick of time, I'm back for game number 3. Let's take a look at those bets while we wait. Over, under. Looks like we're pretty good. It is going to be a heavier under for SJSU against them right now. That being said, let's open up this package. That's right, a little opening. What is this? A bag of straps. Hold on, let me show you guys this. Is this what I think it is? All right, we'll figure this out later. This is a head mount. This is so I can do that. Where is FSU? Florida State University has not played well enough to be in the top 20 lobby. So the Seminoles are not in this current play. They just have not been doing well enough. Elite Spectre, by the way, good to see you again. The games have been going well enough. This right here is going to be the mount for the camera. These are all, by the way, these are all things for the IRL Olympics this upcoming Tuesday and Wednesday. Here's a couple of female-to-female HDMI converters for my cord. And yeah, there you go. Lewis, you can play with the bag. 20 squads still up on the board. And we'll see who might be the first one ignored. Or the first one dead. Either way, Fisher Esports, can't believe this. They have already sent it ahead here to keep fighting. Okay, there's a lot of stuff in this, and I opened it upside down. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This is where it's at. I don't know how to use it, but this is where it's at. Who do you think top 3 will be? Top 3 overall? Or top 3 today? Because top 3 today is going to be Fisher. Let's say Fisher, Bellevue, and top 3 this game. Let's give some love to ISU Farmers. Let's say ISU, Fisher, and RIT. All right, that's just the top 3 this game. Cumberland 69 points after 2 games. Yeah, being in lower lobby is kind of chuddy. Well, USU, knock for knock here against the edge. Carvester will be full thirsted just as Chirp is. 2-4-2, and a portal may not be what they need. USU Goats against University of Calgary. Aether and Pay for sure. Woo! Pay for sure almost going down. My God. That is going to be FPS Aether. I mean, there's the knock in response. Calgary turning this around. A fadeaway Mozambique. And the Utah State Goats, they don't even manage to come close to surviving here. TMU Bold, the same is said, but this time around, it's at the hands of the Pioneers. Now, RJ will get that knock onto KQL. Still, though, it is up to RJ to finish the fight in its entirety. Zyla and Nitfin in a 2v1 advantage. It's a good crack on RJ. It's up to Nitfin, and he can't do it. RJ manages to get the final wipe. And now the only saving grace is that Bellevue was just a little bit too far away. That being said, I guarantee you we still see Bellevue finish off Ottawa, as Purdue Black will be picked up the same to Fisher all the way up there outside of Thundercatcher. All right. Yeah, that's it for the Pioneers. Third partied. I'm playing with my new toys while I cast. Southern Mississippi versus Bellevue, a critical fight for this game. Southern Mississippi unable to find a real knock drive against them there, and that Rolling Thunder doesn't do much to slow down the Bellevue Bruins. This will be, I mean, a completely separate USM squad. They had a chance, but they kind of lost it fairly quickly there. Well, that's just the way it goes, folks. All right. Let me mag this box real quick, and then we can fight. You know, sometimes you gotta show, you gotta put it to them. All right, and that's really all that matters. What the fuck is this? Look at this shit. Oh, I get it. Does it go up here? Oh, it does. I bet it does. There, look at that.
Let's go this way.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Now we're cooking with gas. Check that out. All right, you ready for this? So this is the gimbal, which is not a gimbal. And then you take
Target spotted. Listen, let's move that
you
way.
take like a camera. All right, this is one of my shittier cameras. And you just screw that bad boy in. Did SJSU die? I don't think so. I think they're still in it. Well, Southern Mississippi, they're still alive and well. Finally, the push against Bellevue. I was waiting for this for so long. It finally occurs. It will be the full send to the low ground, but Vod from the corner finds a knock on to Thalas. Trade for trade. Bellevue as a duo versus USM as a duo. Juxie, though, still caught from behind, and it is up to Voddery to 2v1 this one out for the Bruins here. Still a slide from behind the knock, and with a crack from Viz, Bellevue University, an early wipe in 16th overall. Guys, take a look. During the broadcast, I could sit here like this. Look at that. Whoop. 0 out of 10, where are the wireless HDMI broadcasters? What the fuck does that mean? And also, I feel way more confident about giving this to a player.
Scan this area.
Because I will be handing this over to players as we go. Oh my god, you can just set it down too. Look at that. Boop. Wow, that's so nice. And Lewis is enjoying the bag. He's inside the bag that it came in. Because he's a cat, and that's how it goes.
It seems we have an enemy nearby.
Gotta dumbass proof it. I know, right? I was gonna just give them the camera, and I was like, I gotta give them handles. Like, I was like, I'm just gonna give them the camera at times, and then I was like, that's stupid. That's just like a terrible idea. So I gave them the most baby safe. Here's where you put hand number 1. Here's where you put hand number 2. Make sure when you're using it, you do that. Shmub kill count? I don't know. Well, that's the best part of the bets. You just got to check as we go. Now, I will say UT Orange, a full commit here on to Fisher Esports, and it is early exchanges against them. That being said, Fisher should have escaped. Dom 2 cracked, running away with the grab lift. Is this going to be live or edited? It's completely live. The IRL Olympics is live streamed on the Zephyrcast channel March 10th and 11th. A nice scan there on West Virginia Wesleyan Kaiju's edge. A knuckle cluster and a bombardment. I don't even know if it'll deal damage because Kai and Drake and MB, they're picked up a hell of a lot faster than any kind of an investment of their utility. A full thirst in West Virginia. They are already gone. UCF Knights here. One last remaining member against the edge. And I mean, this should just be, if we can land the Spitfire shots, that'll be it for Fullerton. 2 squads picked apart. Remember, this is the spot, the god spot. Zephyr, you should have got a fat chud like me to come play. Well, that's the cool part. No one's playing Apex the entire event. I can't tell you what the events are. Those will be announced this weekend. Wink, wink. But, we'll see. Did SJSU just die? No. The 2 teams that just died was CSUF and West Virginia Wesleyan.
I like response energy. Let's go.
So SJSU are still alive. Problem, though, for our bettors, Shmub is currently down. For our bettors, Shmub is not in the game. Now, that doesn't mean he won't be in the game completely. But we do have probably one of the worst issues ever. The under has a 2.2K bet on it, though. So, Maple, you might be losing your points. Kennesaw Black will face an early exit here. 13th overall, and we saw their difficulties. Right now, Texas A&M still playing inside the launch pad, and for some reason, I mean, they've got a little bit of a commit for a rotation over towards Echo HQ, but they're going to be gate-kept by Southern Mississippi. UT Orange over towards the ISU Farmers and Pylon, and I do want to point this out. Fisher, the Kingfishers are still stuck outside a zone. I put 500, I put 350. It's okay, guys. You can get your points back. You just have to continue to watch the stream. Now, St. Clair Saints, there's no kidnap available for Rusty G there. So, and instead, he's just going to quickly pop back up onto that high ground next to RIT Orange. Texas A&M Maroon out towards the east. UT Orange maybe being held out by the ISU Farmers. And it looks like for Fisher, they're still stuck as a solo. It does not look Fisher were ever able to get the full revive off. Now, Beacon is... There is no Beacon, but they do have it. His under hit, I wasn't paying attention. No, the under and over is not decided until the very end of the game, Wild Panda Hoss, okay? So, Schmub could come back into it. They have a drone, right? All they need to do is get that drone over to a mobile beacon, and Schmub is suddenly back in the fight. And SJSU, they have a really, really good spot in zone. No, they don't. They're on Valk Cat Bang. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. USM, like I said, gatekeeping the edge of zone against the evacs here. And for the Southern Mississippi roster, you know, it's just how it goes. It's just how it goes. Now, it was going to be the full Thirst on Arctic. When does the stream start? Oh, on the 10th and 11th, it should start at 2 p.m. I just got here and I thought you weren't wearing a shirt. I'm not. I'm not. Southern Mississippi with a nade knock onto Not Koryu tells me we might have seen, yeah, the rotation of the Farmers into him here. Kayak and Group T are still alive. That's going to be the full knock against the edge of Kayak. Southern Mississippi's massive shots from Viz are enough to get the full edge. Problem is, Southern Mississippi, a Sparrow's ultimate means that you've still got maybe a team looking at you. UT Orange, though, kind of unconfident in their chuddery here. They are not stepping up to that high ground, even though little did they know they had the numbers advantage. Now, Fisher Esports did get their revives. They're going to have to come out of Pylon here and into University of Alabama or UT. They should be able to wipe any one of these squads. Problem, though, this is still a very hard position to play into here. Now, Fisher Esports into Alabama. That's the type I would tomb. Granted, that's not a thing that teams know. This is in anonymous mode, right? These teams don't know who they're facing. They just have to ego them when they realize they missed their shots. All right, T-Tigers, talk about ego to behold. Parsnips there finally caught out from that high ground of the St. Clair Saints. And it is going to be the complete three-piece of this roster. Now, you are right. SJSU, they need the direct Moby. For the UT Orange roster, they've got USM right in front of them. If they take too long here, USM could very easily get third party off of this. SJSU's Viking Cap just got a knock onto RIT Jack Sawaki. He should have been a little bit more quiet. Southern Mississippi, a catalyst wall against them, and the perfect high ground against the Longhorns means that you're guaranteed to find these cracks. The nade spam, though, from up above is enough to truly push some damage back into them. University of Alabama, they'll come on through here, hearing that third-party bullet sponge exchange. And this does mean that UT, they're just going to try to survive and thrive. Where's my GOAT Future? Future is not in Premier League. Future is not in the Premier lobby. He never qualified for it because he just didn't qualify for it. Now, next week, you'll start seeing a little bit more Future. Albeit, wait, technically Saturday and Sunday. Anyways, University of Alabama, a little wrap from Fisher means that you get a double knock drop there. Southern Mississippi, a nice recovery. And we'll say goodbye to our friends, the Elephants. Guys, I'm going to drink. Oh. Yeah, I mean, Future Streams is in lobby 2. He's just, they did not qualify for this week's upper lobby because they played so badly last week. It's insane. Like, it's rough. Watch me, please. Top 3. I can't control that. The game's already over, Dom. What observing, I would say, Dom, what observing has already happened? The observing's already done. I thought you were observing this like right now. That's right, Dom. You're still playing the game, buddy. No, you're good. You're good. I did talk about your titties flapping in the wind earlier. I hope that's okay. Anyways, Texas A&M Maroon here. They somehow were able to get Arc back into the game, albeit I don't know if they're going to last for much longer there. That is going to be massive nade spams. Viz with a double ordnance find. And for the rest of the Texas A&M roster, Zach W. Keys is trying to find a last member remaining there. Fisher Esports, though, stepping up on the other side. Dom 2 cracked Sloth and Golden on this low ground. I'm not just saying it because Dom is here. They are in a very good position right now. They control the entirety of this low ground. And for Southern Mississippi already being shot out, remember, anyone who plays that high ground is going to have to deal with these rotations ahead now. Nice thirst on to Viz means that USM are stuck as a duo. And Dom, woo! He's going to make this rotate around the edge there. Maggie ball coming through from Golden. Southern Mississippi might be caught out here. There's Golden with that Maggie ball. Like I said, Zach W. Keys picked away. This is going to be the entirety of UT Orange. And yes, maybe even USM. Southern Mississippi, they'll play that northern side of zone. That's going to be the best that they can hope for this endgame finish. Who is the top three that I said were going to be the top three this game? I said RIT, Fisher, and someone else. Get Schmub back in. Well, Maple, you're going to have to pray. You're going to have to pray because I don't think we're going to see a Schmubby today. St. Clair Saints Green on this high ground. They already trying to set themselves up here. Schmub is not in it. Viking Cap and Ton of Clay currently being held off here. There's going to be the nade spam in. Big beams around the back as it's going to be Dom 2 crack with a knock on to Schmalls. A full thirst into Minnesota. St. Clair Saints up on high. A big beam against them is a Bezzy and Lucky. I don't think they can commit to the revive while they have the chance. A Catalyst Wall to give them the cover to play inside the zone as SJSU down on the low ground. Catalyst Walls galore will appear here. The St. Clair Saints eliminated. Southern Mississippi solo will be found out by FPS Adler. 6 squads remaining. Fisher Esports a climb up to the high ground, just waiting for the Catalyst Walls to knock on down. A Valkyrie ultimate of faith for the Minnesota State Mavericks to survive even as a solo. RIT for a couple of full thirsts, and that will be it for SJSU. The UCF Knights quickly swinging on in with the RIT roster already deleted. That's going to be the full thirst. Fisher now, a massive fourth party exchange, and it's Slothulous up above. Still though, Fisher paying their respects as they will say goodbye to Meadsy, caught out as a solo. 3 squads remaining, and we're down to Fisher, Calgary, and yes, 2 remaining members of the UCF Knights. Now UCF Knights are stuck on the inside. Fisher just outside of them, and Calgary playing the very edge there. That nade will be broken. Remember, you do not have a catalyst to set yourself up for any extra additional defense. Slothulous peeking the high ground here, holding off not just the UCF Knights from exiting as they are going to utilize the wait to portal out somewhere else here. Slothulous taking low and pay for sure. That's a knock on to Sloth. Golden and Dom 2 cracked are a duo. Now granted, Dom 2 cracked is on that lifeline, so the recovery should come through here in just a second as Yer is going to be respawned at the very last moment. Calgary, a chunk of damage onto Sloshy Medusa as they're going to play for the shield swap. Sloshy is back in it, and Dom 2 cracked and the rest of Fisher are playing the fence line to boot here. 2 major rotations means that Calgary will go down. A knock on to Sloshy Medusa, and Fisher are the only full health roster here in the picture. Phase 1 remaining. Fisher as a duo. Fisher as a trio. 1 nice beam. A pick onto the UCF Knights is clean. Golden, Dom 2 cracked and Slothulous. A single Kraber for Dom. I don't even know if he hit the shot. Congratulations to Fisher Esports. I said they'd find top 3, and they did. I mean, that's just an easy cleanup there. A massive return for them. Golden, Slothulous, and Dom 2 cracked. Sadly, Dom's going to have to share the clip with us because we did not catch it. Let's pop on over to that scoreboard while we get a chance. hit some crazy shit on Aether and Carvey. I might have not noticed. I might have been brain rotten. All right, I asked you guys before this last game, over, under. Well, first, Fisher Esports now 46-5 ahead of the UCF Knights. They take their first fall of the day as the Ottawa Pioneers. They're going to retain third place, but the Bellevue University squad, because they had that fat 2-point stinker, they drop. I just threw up. Only to fourth. Southern Mississippi, 27 points there. Surviving into seventh will pop them 6 places up to 5th overall. SJSU Blue and West Virginia Wesleyan Kaiju will continue to fall as plus 11 for the University of Calgary. And it's going to be a massive return for Calgary. I asked you guys, though, that last game, SJSU Blue, Schmub, 0. Just strictly 0. Nothing to behold. Now, Fisher Esports, that's going to be our next bet. We got 7, 10, and 13. They have been going for it. Let's make it 13.5. Do they continue? What's up, Bulldogs? Welcome back. Welcome back, Bulldogs. Can Fisher continue their aggression? Fisher Esports over under. Let's do 12.5. Here you guys go. Over, under. You guys got 2 minutes to get that in. The next bet as we go on to Storm Point one last time here. And shout out to Fisher, 25 points with a 13 dub. Southern Mississippi, though, was emphatic that game. 15 to their name, 5 on Zach, Viz, and Thalys. That's going to be 9 for University of Calgary with a second place finish as well. 3rd and 4th, respectively, for the UCF Knights and the Minnesota State Mavericks as a duo. Where's Minnesota right now? Minnesota is 13th as a duo. Insane. All right. Let's see how this goes. 90 seconds, and most of you are putting under on Fisher. I agree. 12.5 is not an easy bet to behold, but even someone's got to put 10 points on the over. Just 10 points. That is all that matters. We're going to hop back into game. Game numero 4 here. The last Storm Point that these competitors will see as we make our way through. All right, you guys want to see me put a strap on? Check this out. So this is really important. This is really important for the broadcast. The competitors are gonna have a competition that might require this, so I had to buy it. That's not a strap. What are you talking about? It straps onto my head. So there you go. And then I know. I let Maple down. It's okay. It's on the internet already somewhere, Maple. You just have to find it. It's like the One Piece. It's very much out there, but it's very hard to find.
Target over there.
All right, what do we got? Oh, let me just take her off for 2 seconds. It's like a hinge joint. Hold on. We're cooking. Don't worry, one of my partners is 25 minutes away from me. That's fair. Okay, there's a lot of pieces here. Clipper's figuring this out. He's putting puzzles together on screen. That one's way too rubber for me. Get that away from me. Oh. Got this, which definitely hooks in here. Maybe? Hi, Lewis. Nice crack from the University of Calgary Exodus, and I can only assume this is the Utah State roster here. As a duo, I mean, even as a solo, might be finding early success against them again. Another crack against the Utah State Goats, and while they'll put a little bit of damage back from the Goth Apex train, that is still a big burn in response. Paid for sure for knock number 1, a full dive to the low ground, and the Goats don't even get to survive. Bare minimum. Bare minimum.
Tango spotted. Solid copy. Let's go that way.
Don't worry, guys. Don't worry. There we go. All right, Zephyr got it. And you screw in this. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, we're cooking. Okay, I put it down. I put it on upside down. Give me a second. Hold on. ISU Farmers have just not had a day to behold here, and against the UT Orange roster, they should beat them. I mean, this is the ISU that I came to grow up, love, and be raised with doesn't even look close to the ISU of days of yore. Now, SJSU, they're facing their own struggles. It seems like Wright's Way from Alabama is going to be the first one to find that knock there. Into Jurassic Park they will go. Granted, Jurassic Park already the place of many of our rosters, which tells us that is where our zone is a finishing. That's the big credence of this recon meta. You see most of the map there. You don't even need a zone scanner. You just find out that that is where you gotta go. So, Fisher, plenty of other teams still going to work their way in overtime. Granted, Fisher, very, very, very early. Is his mic broken or is it just me? Yeah, no, it's broken. I might switch it to my other microphone here. I got two. And then send this one off. Granted, I do have to talk directly into this microphone or else it doesn't work. There you guys go. Take a look. You got the phone thing. And then you take the phone and you put it in. Never mind, it was bugged. Alright, cool. Oh, West Virginia Wesleyan. That's a nice knock for them. Someone's gonna tune in and they're like, yeah, I love watching Collegiate Apex. Collegiate Apex is sick. You get this. See, there you go. The competition's perfect. Take a look, guys. This is gonna be perfect for the competition. Honestly, I'm gonna start streaming. I'm gonna start streaming to TikTok just like this. I'm gonna be looking around just like this all the time. Ottawa Pioneers, they will face their end at the hands of the St. Clair Saints here, and I can only assume UT Orange and ISU has gone on for way too long. Caden trying to play this one in for the Longhorns as they'll switch up to high ground. Granted, I mean, they got to find any kind of knock against the ISU roster there. Nice crack. That could be the go button, but they just used all of their utility to take away this high ground. A high ground, by the way, that's not even in zone for much longer. Might have to tighten the strap here. Oh, I'm gonna tighten this strap up. Well, Group T will be the first one knocked at the hands of the Longhorns. And that means we are going to see the end of the Farmers, whether you like it or not. That being said, though, they like to shut me up when I make a prediction, because that's going to be not Koryu taking to the sky, a little bit of survivability, and in a nick of time, while there will be a crack for the Longhorns, the separation guarantees that the ISU Farmers will live to see another day. The same can't be said for the USAW for Fullerton roster. All right, Fullerton, same can't be said, folks. Hey, if you've got a dirty mind for the words that come out of my mouth, that's a you problem, okay? This is legitimately a strap that just needs to be tightened, you know? That's just how it goes. Crazy. Sorry, I've been something lately. Yeah, that's fair. We're all something. Anyway, speaking of our favorite somethings on somethings, it's gonna be Bellevue University. A whole lot of something with I mean, oh my gosh. Absolutely insane. Yo! John V10. John, I'd love to know about what you get up to with your hot dogs. Are you a mustard guy? Are you a ketchup guy? Do you like a little bit of relish or a whole full thing? Thank you for the follow, John. Fisher Esports as a trio here. I mean, holy shit, TMU Bold. We'll switch to them instead. Dom2Crack gets caught out there. Slothulas is picked away just as quickly. It's up to Golden to be the difference maker here. That's Golden from the other side. That's going to be the tactical exchange there. Golden does have, I mean, a little bit of exchange. The new McDonald's burger really needs mustard. It needs any kind of flavor. It tastes like onion and pickles and just onion and pickles. I'm going to be honest with you. It left me kind of disappointed. And I like McDonald's a lot. But can't beat the Quarter Pounder, can't beat the Big Mac. That's all I'm going to say. And I'm a big McDonald's enjoyer.
We should bolt that way.
Doesn't really taste like pickles. I know.
Hostile right here. We got company, people.
I'm so over this.
Come with me.
Yeah,
Enemy down.
that's fair.
Got ourselves a bandit out there.
That'll be ISU Farmers caught out, and a third party from the Minnesota State Mavericks. Could be the best exchange that we'll see. I mean, as a duo, this is probably big successes for them. UT is down to one final remaining member in gold. I'm getting inted. I mean, a lot of these teams, if they smell weakness, Group T, they move fast. They don't really care. Oh, look at Tree Zone. We'll have to go back, do some due diligence on the VODs. Okay. The Big Arch. Yeah, you guys got to try the Big Arch from McDonald's. It's not, it's okay. I understand why the CEO reacted that way. That's all I'm going to say. University of Southern Mississippi, 301 Knox. All right, let's see how it goes. Dude, the Big Arch sucks. I had it today. I'm not even kidding you. I can go show you the box. I had it literally today. It sucks. The Quarter Pounder is way better. SJSU Blue will face their end at the USM. The best fast food? Probably Chick-fil-A. I mean, there's never... I mean, it's just objectively good. Zaxby's? Zaxby's is pretty good. I like Zaxby's. I like Chick-fil-A better, though. Nope. University of Calgary Exodus up on high ground for now. It's a knock of a lifetime for them. Couple of long-range shots from Purdue Black. They actually hold the high ground for this zone finish. 15 squads remaining, and Meadsy... Minnesota State Mavericks, they're separate as a duo. Meanwhile, Texas A&M, they're going to lose out on almost their whole roster. It is up to Arc on the big boy. Get the job. Opinions on Canes. Canes is incredible. I love Canes a lot. I would not say it is the best fast food because it is just chicken. It is probably like my second or third favorite. But it's not like when people are like Cane's chicken sucks, they clearly like tenders, right? Like not Cane's tenders, but like flavorful tenders. And that is a population that likes flavored tenders, which you're not going to like Cane's if you don't like the tenders or if you like tenders like that. So as a result, Cane's can't possibly be the #1 fast food restaurant. It just can't because it just doesn't, to the general population, doesn't work. I don't like sauce, so Cane's sauce. Fair. Do you like breakfast tacos? Wow, Minnesota State Mavericks as a duo is so impactful. Oh, donut slap. The sauce, the whole point. Remember, guys, when we discuss meals like Cane's, right? We're discussing the whole thing, including the coleslaw, even though I get rid of the coleslaw every time. Okay? That's how you judge a restaurant. So yeah, Cane's tastes great with its sauce. If you get rid of the sauce, yeah, it's ass. But you're not supposed to eat it without the sauce. Kolachkis are the highest tier breakfast food. Yeah, kolache, they are pretty good. I'm not a big fan of them personally. I'm more of a donut guy. I don't like savory in the morning. I like sweet. You guys are ripping through me on this. I'm a big KFC guy though. I think KFC is complete trash. But I fuck with KFC hard. It's like it's literal dog food. I think KFC is dog food and I am a dog. KFC bucket is my dirty pleasure. Exactly. What alcohol should I buy for the function, Zephyr? I'm undecided. Whatever you want for yourself, man. If you say something good, I'll sub. I don't know. I don't drink. I've never drank in my life. Coach Squid, I agree with that. Congratulations to Bellevue, by the way. They are getting knocks onto St. Clair Saints. You guys, do you prefer... I'm going to ask you right now. Do you prefer me talking about fast food for the end of this game or casting? Because I'll cast, but you guys seem locked in on the fast food competition right now. Fast food? Food. I don't give a shit about this. Talk about gas food. Gas food? The KFC Double Down? Guys, I would eat KFC every day if I could. Do I get brisket or pork ribs? Well, you don't live in Texas, so you might as well get pork ribs. There's no possible way the brisket is any good in New York. I don't think New York has good food. It's you know, maybe great Italian or some better ethnic cuisines, but there's no way the barbecue's good. There's no way the barbecue's good in New York. And if you think it's good, you're mid. Brisket is better than pork. It is from a smoker. And the dude's from Texas. There you go. That's all I needed to hear. If the guy's from Texas, get the brisket. Get the brisket. That's all we need to know. A shout out to Fisher Esports. They're still in this game. St. Clair, KSU, and West Virginia Wesleyan inside the building. UT goes down to Longhorns. This will be the KSU send to the low ground onto West Virginia Wesleyan, and that's going to be Envy. Kicked ass there. Now, Kindly Monkey, I can't believe this man's allowed to get any damage off of that exchange. Envy's getting revived on the very edge of the mobile shields. Kyan Drake is brought low. A re-knock from the outside, and KSU Black, all they need to do is extend one little pump. One little pump in the back. Pump them in the back. Pump them from the back. And that's it for West Virginia Wesleyan. All right, Fisher Esports, they're going to be the third party to this pump fiesta. And as a duo ahead, they've got all of the power in the world to pump. Now, Kennesaw, I don't know where Kennesaw went. Looks like Elixirs and Kindly Monkey, they do not want to be pumping. And instead, Fisher has zone. St. Clair somehow in it. Kindly Monkey is allowed to get a full reset for Kennesaw. As, okay, Abezi is a solo on the outside. So Fisher and KSU, USM and Bellevue, they're going to be fighting up on the northern side, guys. By the way, Popeyes fucks. Popeyes is always good. But Popeyes, you have to wait 9 years to get your order from them. So it's horrible. So I hate Popeyes. If the food came out in less than 30 minutes, I'd be happy. Bellevue University, here they come. A full send onto USM as their last trying exchange, and the ring will be the one that knocks Viz there, and that actually might come back to bite them. A little peek from Fisher all the way around the side, and little do they know, they do have a big advantage into that fight, albeit don't want to give it up too much. Kennesaw's still in it. Imagine fast food taking a long time to get ready. New York don't do that. Yeah, I know. Also, Whataburger is good, but sometimes they take a million years as well. I will say, their fries and white gravy is one of the most goated combos of all time. If you guys don't eat white gravy with fries, you just literally don't know heaven. Now, USM on their reset will wipe out Abezi. So we are down to Fisher, Southern Miss, and Kennesaw. Southern Mississippi is going to be sending this closer to the Kennesaw side of the equation here. So Fisher is looking pretty good for a potential second dub. Kennesaw with the trade. Kindly Monkey on that low ground. Back up to their rampart shielding there. No one has been found yet. But still, we'll see how this goes. Woo, big cracks. I mean cracks. Big cracks. Oh, no one agrees with me on this, but I fucking love White Castle. I never get to have it because I live in Texas. I fucking love White Castle. It is so goated, and it is you either think White Castle is amazing or you think it is literally sludge. It's only a Midwest thing. Oh, and Cookout. Cookout fucking slaps. Cookout in the Carolinas or the East Coast. Cookout is genuinely an incredible place. And the creativity with those orders is unparalleled. Liberty Bagels. Ooh. All right, Fisher Esports EMP'd against them. Dom is going for a full send with gold into the outside here. And that is going to send USM down to one remaining. Thales here now outside of Kennesaw. Thales has got a little bit of an exchange on to Kindly Monkey as it's going to be KSU from the other side. Elixirs will get knocked by Slothulus. And it's Fisher, full health here. Fisher now one remaining member on either side of the Kennesaw and USM picture. This is looking like a Fisher double dub on the day. It's up to Limbox and Thales to pull off a miracle here. Slothulus and Dom peeking up the height, and that'll be it for Limbox. And with one remaining member, it's USM versus Fisher, a 3v1 exchange. The Rampart walls have already been deleted. A crack and a double dub. Congratulations to Fisher. 2 in a row. Absolute Storm Point demons here from Fisher. Now, we have not started game for some reason. Man, I want to play Deadlock. Okay, cool. Most people are here except for Minnesota, it looks like. All right, well, we have a really long time before this next game. So let's take a look at the scoreboard before I open up a fast food tier list. Now, I asked you guys before this game, Fisher over under 12.5 KP. You should have bet the under. Sadly, Southern Mississippi plays big spoiler, and Fisher having to be revived early on in that game stops them from getting the 3 additional KP they needed to take over. So congratulations to those of you on the under. You'll walk away with the majority. We're going to head on over to E District. Fisher at 68, Southern Mississippi at 50, UCF Knights at 42. They'll drop down with Bellevue still in 4th. Ottawa Pioneers a double knock drop for 30. West Virginia Wesleyan Kaiju will pop back up, but not by much at 28. SJSU Blue at 27. University of Calgary at 24. KSU Black at 23. St. Clair Saints at 23. All right. So Rampart will be banned out. The Newcastle is still good and ready here. The Valkyrie as well. So there's your kind of big pickups. Prediction for this game. Let's take a look at the player standings because I want the most KP here. Let's go with Sloth, Vod, and Thales. Who performs the best? We got Sloth, we've got Vod, and we've got Thales. All right, guys, 2 minutes on the board. Actually, 5 minutes. 5 minutes on the board. Get your bets in. And then let's do fast food tier list. Best fast food casual restaurant chains. Too much. D tier, even though I love it. B tier. Chick-fil-A's A tier. Chipotle's probably A tier. Burger King, D tier. Never had. Oh, no, I've had PDQ once. Still never had. Pojo never had. A&W never had. Never had. Checkers is incredible. Churches is really good. Cookout is incredible. Culver's not as good. Del Taco's incredible. Denny's F tier. Domino's, C tier. Dairy Queen never had. Firehouse Subs never had. Five Guys, probably B tier. IHOP, sure, why not? No, Denny's tier. In-N-Out Burger, Probably C tier just because they're fries. Jack in the Box, D tier. Jersey Mike's. Never. I've had Jimmy John's maybe once. Put next to Jollibee. Little Caesars. Yeah. Never. McDonald's. Panera. Pretty good. Panera's good, but they're way too overpriced. Papa John's. If their quality wasn't so shit, it'd be pretty good. Portillo's fucks. Potbelly fucks. Don't know. Sparrow's alright. Don't know. Shake Shack, pretty good. Don't know. Sonic. Steak and Shake. I don't know. Taco Bell, they fuck too. I don't know. Waffle House, pretty good. Goated. Well, Wendy's good. Whataburger's great. White Castle is my S tier, but that's just me. Oh, Wingstop fucks. Zaxby's is good. All right, cool. Bro, go get you some DQ. I've never had it. I don't know what it's like. That's the quickest ranking I've ever done. How? I don't know what you guys are talking about, but anyways. I'd probably have to do some due diligence and checking this out a little bit better. I'd probably move Del Taco down one, even though Del Taco's pretty good. L tier chart? It might be an L tier chart. L take on Whataburger? I mean, I would name this like A tier, B, C, and then D tier. Many people fight you on the IHOP rating. I just think it's shitty, and it's not like that good. Oh, Whataburger's mid? No, Whataburger's great, bro. But I live in Texas, and so I get great Whataburger because I live in the state it's from. I can assume Whataburger's probably not as good outside of Texas. You know? Just how it goes. All right. Close enough to a tier list. Anyways, let's pop back into game. First game of E-District. Penultimate here before the end of Premier League regular season. Right now, if we talk about the overall standings, teams like the UCF Knights are in third overall, and that should be enough to get them into the top 20. I don't know if UT or RIT in 11th and 13th would be joining that picture. I will say ISU Farmers in 16th overall would be down. You could probably rate Dairy Queen B tier. I've never had their ice cream, so I don't know. I've just never had it. I've never had a Blizzard. I know about them. I know Dairy Queen. If it explains it, I don't really go get ice cream ever. The only time growing up I ever went to go get ice cream was at 31 Flavors Baskin Robbins, you know? I always went to Baskin Robbins as a kid, right? That was where I got my ice cream, shakes, etc. It's because I lived next to one. In-N-Out's top. In-N-Out's pretty good. I think In-N-Out's burgers are phenomenal. I have to, like, really set my fries up at In-N-Out to be a good experience. Like, I have to tell them to hard cook them, and then they got to give me a bunch of the secret sauce. And, like, at that point, I love them, right? I think the fries are awesome. But if we're just talking about the straight fry, it holds it back, man. Holds it back. And I think the burgers are excellent. A good 3x3 gets me through the day. You know? That shit's incredible. But, Animal Style's good. Animal Style's good, but you shouldn't have to force everyone to eat Animal Style. A McDonald's fry is always incredible. How the F did Bellevue get that POI? That one is booty. I don't know. It just, you know, it happens to do with the pick. I'll see you later. Gotta go on Walmart run, then rank grind for 5 hours. Wild Panahas. Thank you for tuning in, by the way. I love to see friends from the other collegiate leagues. Therefore, as always, thank you for being the caster. Thank you, man. Send that to EA when you get a chance. Remind them. And a thank you to Fisher Esports, by the way, for being the team that sends Old Town. I don't think they've ever not sent Old Town.
Got three there with level 1 shield. Running with a full squad.
Eyes on that spot. Saw someone out there. Stay focused.
I wouldn't say I'm a nice guy. I would say I'm a kind guy. I think that's a little bit... I think they're different. Woo! Bellevue catching out Tharquisha here, and Purdue is about to meet their end. Joaquin Dreamcast caught out on the other side. Looks like Joaquin sniped out up above here. Bellevue could very quickly, jump up, make the exchange. A little burn on the back there for the 99. Here comes the rest of the dive. Well, Vatari is not cheating. Vatari does not cheat at Apex Legends, guys. Oh, yeah, he really doesn't. Shout out to ISU Farmers. They've just come on through here alongside the Purdue roster, and they're going to be in here to win it for a third. In reality, you're one of the best people in the scene. I know I am. I do my due diligence to be a great person in the scene. Anyways, Purdue Black will go down in 19th there. That's going to be the full send from Bellevue. I don't know if ISU is going to keep sending it, but for SJSU, I have a struggle. I think the way I like to describe it is kind is like you do nice things, right? You may not sound nice, right? But you do nice things. Nice is you sound like a good person, but you may not do good things. That's the way I like to describe the two of them. Because you could be nice, which is pleasant. You can be pleasant without being kind. Sykin, good to see you. How's dominating Cumberland in the other lobby going? Also, Croissant, yes, of course. It is now going to be the complete wedding available here for Croissant. This is going to be the wed of him and his hand. The two together will make a inseparable pairing at the Croissant wedding venue. I dominated the first two games with 23 kills for both. We trolled the other three. Okay, well, I mean, it doesn't really matter at this point. Just like UT Orange don't survive past the top three there. No one's really playing into zone. And, yeah. Utah caught up, Zephyr. Huh. All right. SJSU are going to be a solo to try and play for resets here somewhere in the zone at some point. We'll have to see how that ends up. I don't know much about them. UCF Knights eliminated for the time being, which is really shitty because they're a current top 3 team, and low-key, they kind of need to retain that top 3 finish to this last game of E-District for the UCF Knights. Very, very critical.
Let's check out that way.
I shouldn't moan into the microphone. Someone's gonna, like, copy it and make, like, a 15-minute video and then put, like, a 10-second countdown every, like, 30 seconds where they'll be, like, 10, 9... You know? That's just the worst thing you could do on the internet. Locked in. Already on it. Editing it as we speak. You contact Psycho for that 1 foot picture that they have that they keep sending in general chat. And you just keep, like, flashing it on the screen every couple seconds. Boom, boom, boom. And then you just start, like, every couple seconds you just go, piss yourself, piss yourself, piss yourself. Piss yourself. Are you going to San Antonio? And do you have your own casting place like how Wig does? What do you... Okay. First of all, no. I don't believe I'll be going to San Antonio because San Antonio is at the same time as DreamHack. And DreamHack pays me like $5,000, so I can't say no to DreamHack. At the same time, what am I thinking? I will be at Octane. So if you guys end up at Octane, I'll see you there, Syken. Coach Squid, underrated book. Underrated book. Most people don't read it. It's a very good book. CSUF. Have a good one. Good luck, Syken. Lock in, buddy. Southern Mississippi, they're as locked as Syken. USM Viz with a knock on to the Crimson Monk, man. And that's going to be Fullerton caught out again. Little trade around the back there. And I think we accidentally pop on over to University of Calgary for some reason. Oh, Lewis? Got it. Never mind. That was my cat. Yeah, Lewis switched off for the perspective there. He's helping observe right now.
1 second. We got this.
Only movie I think that's still good, even though it's nothing like the book. Yeah, absolutely. All I will say, but I don't know, to answer Syken's question, or to answer Syken's question, I will be casting Octane. I will not be watch partying it. So it will not be on my channel. It'll be on Octane's. Which is completely fair. It's their event. It'd be stupid to steal all their viewership on, like, the day. They're like their only LAN ever, you know?
Hey, Raga, let's go there.
I say we go there.
SJSU eliminated at the hands of the Ottawa Pioneers, and with 14 squads remaining, most of everybody is just chugging out for the KP. Southern Mississippi. I mean, this is a squad as a trio that's looked very confident in this building for now, and Bellevue University, they're going to try to tussle for the muscle for the space that they've gotten into. Problem is, I don't think this is going to show up Millhouse for them. Zach W. Keys, Thales, and Viz are a lock, stake, and control type roster when it comes to holding out these positions. So, should be a very confirmed USM. Ottawa Pioneers and Fisher are still stuck on that low ground. St. Clair, Minnesota, and plenty of other teams are going to playing the northern Los. Now, the Pioneers, they got these headies up and above Fisher there. Bow check shots be a hitting. Nice little crack there. I don't think there'll be much else. The Pioneers are still playing this one low and slow from the edge. And, yeah, Fisher Esports able to reset. Utah State, very edge, coming out of the dam. This is going to be Chirp, Blank, and Goth. Goth is the only one sitting on blues. The ISHO Farmers, they've got the health advantage to their name. Remember, this game has to be impeccable for them, right? They've had a terrible day, and they're currently 20th overall. This is a team that needs to turn it around, lock in, and find at least one good finish here on E-District. This first fight against Utah State could be the difference maker. 20th overall. ISU Farmers, a breakup one on to Utah State there. Caught behind the fence line. Another dive in from Kayak. A full big beam around the back says goodbye to Blank. Sadly, Vaude has got the Spitfire, and that tells me Bellevue could be third-partying this one at any given second. Bellevue picks up that next knock, and ISU Farmers, they might be getting gate-kept by the Bruins here. Muffins is knocked, though. Reap did find at least another from the Ottawa roster, and, well, the saving grace for the ISU Farmers is going to be a response from Ottawa. Kayak has the time to get this revive. All right, T, we'll be getting top 20 today. We'll see. It's tight. Are we still alive? I believe so. Couple of knocks against Bellevue in the chase into ISU Farmers here. Group T, not Koryu. They're all going to have to just pay dividends for praying. And somehow, some way, Iowa State have actually gotten into zone away from Bellevue, away from Ottawa, and with even just a little bit of KP, VOD is keeping this low and slow, quiet as could be. And ISU, we'll see how it goes. Yeah, don't hold me to it, Coach Squid. They might be dead. We have not looked at map confidently enough yet for me to really say so. Also, everyone was making me talk about fast food. I'm not seeing them. Here comes Ottawa, a dive to the low ground. A portal will set ISU up in building. Maybe an EMP follow through from Reap will be the first thing that we'll see, as most teams are in zone. Texas A&M going to be the only team not in position yet. Yeah. 2 knocks against Group T, not Koryu, and the ISU Farmers, a better game, but still, 13th place finish is telling me that this could be a bottom 20 start for them in playoffs here. Now, Fisher Esports, not in zone, but also taking time. Ottawa is cheating. I don't give a fuck. Hey, the Cheetah accusations will never truly know, Group T. The best you can do is make it to LAN as a top 30 team. The way they play is so bizarre. Well, I'll tell you what. They'll go to LAN, and, you know, it'll be what it is. Dom 2 cracked. Golden and Slothula, they're held out by Southern Mississippi. West Virginia, Wesleyan Kaiju, and Texas A&M is crazy. Well, none of them streaming is just not legal. That is true. One of them has to be streaming on match day. I thought it was, I don't know if it's for the entirety of both stages. It always makes me sad to see the Aggies caught out, guys. Yeah, I just said upcoming match days on the comp sanction. Well, might be something to raise to OY. Rules are rules. I'm not like an asshole, but rules are rules. Someone has to be streaming on match day. It's just how it goes. Most teams will be able to get inside zone.
Danger move.
Group T, I'm not the guy to place judgment. I don't do that. Zephyr just casts. I don't participate in cheating discussions. Everyone is legitimate until proven otherwise in Zephyr's eyes. Holy shit, everyone actually might be able to play inside zone. Bellevue gets a double knock drop. One onto Fisher, the other onto Rasta. Slothios will get full thirsted here, and there's a break onto Dom on the other side. That might be, yeah, almost the end of Fisher here. Dom 2 cracked. Gonna have to leave this one up to Golden to make the difference. Big beams and a dive here as Bellevue, while they will be facing a knock of 1. That'll be it. Cloaked is streaming, question mark? There you go. Cloaked is streaming. It's America, innocent until proven guilty. There you go. That's me too, Kazi GT. False alarm. False alarm. We sold? Sykin, you're already back. It was less than like 10 minutes. What happened? Sykin, it's been like 8 minutes. Me sub USU. Magical Phantom, good to hear. West Virginia, they'll sub into the face of Bellevue, picking them off piece by piece there. CSU Fullerton sniped away from Dallas here on the Southern Mississippi roster. 8 squads remaining, and we're down to Ottawa, USM, St. Clair, RIT, who, by the way, RIT is down to 1 remaining member left alive here. Kennesaw, and Bellevue. These are some big names to come into the final fights here. Our zone, I don't know much to say about it other than St. Clair and Bellevue at least have the building to work with. St. Clair has the high ground for the drop down, but teams like Southern Mississippi, Ottawa, KSU, they're going to be fighting directly in the heart of zone here. Southern Mississippi for the first port play, and they're already being thermited out here. Bellevue in a couple of exchanges as the rest of the lobby is very quickly falling apart. A knock on to the Ottawa Pioneers roster, and while that hard light glass is ticking itself back into play, Reap is going to take advantage of its lease break for now. Cloaked and Reap maybe try to see if they can sustain one little revive, but Southern Mississippi doing a great job controlling the potential exit outside a building here. Iowa Pioneers, I mean, Southern Mississippi, they could be on their way to a victory. Shout out to Minnesota State Mavericks, but I don't know how they do it again and again and again. Minnesota are constantly able to survive to these end games. Come here. I love you so much. Yeah? Can you meow for them? Can you meow? Meow, meow, meow. Meow, 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 meow.
Safety's out,
Meow,
folks.
meow, meow.
Enemies here.
Meow, meow, meow. Yeah? I wonder if you guys can hear this little baby. And he will run away because I held him hostage for too long. 5 squads remaining. 12 numbers on the board. We'll make it 4 squads. Not talking about the cat, though it is cute. Bellevue, RIT, St. Clair Saints in Southern Mississippi. Bellevue and St. Clair, the building. RIT Orange. Shout out to our little rat in Not Rowan. Honestly, Not Rowan, top 2. Guarantee it. Not Rowan, top 2. St. Clair Saints, they're going to take a dive. They know that building's not much for long. It's a huge beam for Rusty Dream. It's going to be a drop back to the pylon, and Southern Mississippi is sent on by Bellevue. Almost immediately, that'll be it for Southern Mississippi. Bellevue will now turn their attention to high ground, and it's the prime opportunity to play into the St. Clair Saints. Big beam around the back. That'll be Lucky knocked out here. Another response, and Bellevue have just one last pickup against the St. Clair roster. By the way, shout out to Not Rowan. I called it. What did I say? Yeah, I mean, little tactical port play there. That'll be a bit to survive on. But still, Muffins low. Hold on. Bad push and a big trade here for SCC. This could be Not Rowan coming back. Still, 2v1 and a Newcastle reset. End of the day, RIT has done their best. That's a 9-point+ finish for Not Rowan. But for Bellevue University, it's their first dub of the day. Shout out. Let's take a look at the scoreboard here. I asked you guys before this game, comparing between the likes of our competitors, who would come out on top between Slod, Voth, and Phallus here. Well, take a look at our player standings. At that KP, it is a lead from Vod. He is going to be the dubber of the day. All right, last overall standings to take a look at here. Bellevue's down the lead by 1 point. Fisher with 72. Southern Mississippi with 58. The Ottawa Pioneers at 45. The UCF Knights still hold on to the top 5, albeit 1 point and 0 points to their name is not the best start. Hopefully their game 6 is very, very strong, because remember, they are currently 22nd overall. St. Clair Saints at 35, West Virginia at 34, SJSU, University of Calgary, Exodus. For teams like RIT, they are currently in 11th. That 9-point finish, it does pop them up to 26 points, which is at least 13th to 11th, but we kind of need to see them, I don't know, get some KP here. 6 KP, it's not a lot. All right, get some better placement chugging along as well for that final game. But hey, it's the final game of regular season. All right, let's manage that prediction, because the final prediction of the day is who wins Game 6. That's my favorite. Bell, Fisher, Southern Miss. Ottawa, UCF Knights, SCC, WVWC, SJSU Blue, U of C, or someone else. 5 minutes on the board. Get your predictions in for who wins our very final game of the day. Quick little peek. Little peek-see on my Twitters. What's the most recent following post? Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. The sixth team that will be on their way to the Alienware Collegiate Clash is none other than the Texas A&M Aggies. Oh, thanks for following me back. Yeah, I just kind of like looked at something a while ago and I was just curious. Oh yeah, big names. Wow, 7-0 for Texas A&M, 7-0 for Georgia Tech. Shout out to Kansas State and University of Buffalo. They'll be popping on over to the ACC Marvel Rivals Collegiate Clash. Big names struggling here. Michigan State, St. Clair Saints, Colorado State, SMU, Baylor, University of Texas, UCL. Oh yeah, nice saw him off there from Pierce. That's the president of Texas A&M. Good man, good man. Yeah, Georgia Tech, Texas A&M, KSU, and University of Buffalo. Let's take a look at the media posts here because let's see who the other qualifiers were. Yeah, we had Purdue, Panthers, that's FIU, I think. Kentucky manages to make it in, and Winthrop. Now, how good's Winthrop? 6-1. Okay. All right. No self-gaze, but GT has one of the best Marvel Rivals teams. Hey, yeah, I mean, they went 7-0. They, in their group, they literally beat everybody in a single round-robin fashion. The same can be said for Texas A&M, though. Get shit on. All right, sorry. I had to support it. I love the folks there. I had to send back the trophy, guys. I had to finally give up the trophy. Last day holding on to the Texas A&M trophy. Fisher is the only bet right now. There's only one person betting on Fisher. I love it. Final game of the day. Final Premier League group stage match day. Zephyr is going to drink some water. Guys, can we get some subscriptions and some follows, chat? Actually, can we get some follows in chat? Final power rankings after this. Swanky, I would love to do power rankings next week. I'd love to, but it is the exact same day as the IRL Olympics. Stop begging, I know you're a millionaire. Oh yeah, I'm a millionaire. Totally. Follow this I meant tonight? No. No chance. I'll have to unfollow and follow. Just don't do that. I've seen the bank statement. You've never seen jack shit. All of you've seen is a dying Utah State 3, if not 6 games in a row. Here's the end of Utah State GOATs, and they will probably be in our lower 20 overall. I know what you are. Say it. You never sleep. You never eat. You whatever. You look. You say you're blah blah blah, but you're da da da. I know what you are. Say it, Misplays. Please tell me someone's getting the reference. Someone. Does someone get the reference? Shoutouts to Calgary. Sadly, they will lose on FPSA there, but hey, double Mozambique. Whoosh. No? Thank you, Coach Squid. Holy shit, Swanky. University of Calgary. I'm not as excited for this fight as I'm excited for the fact that my Twilight reference was picked apart. That's just how it goes. She's also a world-renowned Jonas Brothers fan fiction writer. I'm sorry. That is a unique statement in my Twitch chat. That is probably the first time that sentence has ever been written in my Twitch chat. Now, personally, between Joe, Kevin, and Nick, I was always a Kevin kid. I love the Jonas Brothers, by the way. I grew up with them. But, yeah. I'm gonna have to contact your wife and maybe take a look at what she's cooking up. It's a Joe Jonas fanfic. Is Kevin and Nick in it even slightly? RJ, by the way, a knock on to pay for sure, and it's the third party. No? How can you write a Jonas Brothers fan fiction and only have Joe? You might as well call it the Jonas Brother. This is my Jonas Brother fan fiction. God damn it. Send me your wife's smut. FPSA, they're in Carvester. They'll hold on for dear life here on the Calgary roster. Guys, we might have to take a break from the game for 2 seconds. Wattpad. Joe Jonas. We've got Ottawa Pioneers, you know, they're fighting, they're doing a fight right now, okay? And that's a knock on FPSA. They're going to get this revive, and they're going to win it. They're going to win it. University of Calgary. All right, the game is happening, but here we go. Let's take a look. Is it First Glance? Is it Cup of Joe? Is it Just Friends? Is it Us? Wait, hold on. Can I organize this by best of all time? I don't know. Pushing Me Away. In Love with a Dream. Is it Him? Is it Hello Beautiful? Is it Vacationize? The album More Than Friends, Love Songs. The Fake Boyfriend? The Fake Girlfriend? Try the Jones. There's something called the Fake California. That's it? Swanky Squid Girl! Alright, let's take it back to game. We found it. But let's do a little read through of none other than A Fake Girlfriend. Chapter 1. I rolled through another aisle of the grocery store, my shopping cart making annoying squeaking noises as the wheels turned back and forth. Purdue Black will get knocked by not Koryu. I stopped at the bread shelf, scanning as this will be Aishu Farmers' last potential take here. Not Koryu's going to get a little bit of a re-knock as Aishu Farmers are sending to the high ground there. Couple of trading exchanges. It's up to Waki and Group T. A 1v1 scenario. Heal this out, baby. Big beams, Group T with the 45. A wall bounce doesn't amount for much. And that will be Purdue Black ending the run of ISU. I sighed and tossed it aside into the wired cart. In the meat aisle, I glanced over at the sausage. Geez, how expensive is this stuff going to get? I mumbled to myself. College student? I turned to see a woman in stilettos and pantsuits, arms crossed and eyes on the meat in front of her. In this town, everyone assumed you were in college if you were under 25. Given the fact that I had finished early, I lived in the 2-bedroom apartment with my roommate who was going for her degree in psychology. Nah, in between jobs, I replied with a tight smile. I've been scouting for a job that would fit my degree, but that seems to be a failure for the past 2 months. The lady looks skeptical for a second. As Bellevue will get a scan here. This might be a knock. Thermite up to the high ground. Ooh, Jukesy and Muffins. Jukesy's already up above here on the fence line. I mean, that could be knocks. Long range beams, 15 in a single shot would do him in. No smoke to find the final damage found, but realistically, Vatari single-handedly winning this fight against Fisher. Problem, it is Fisher, and that means they've got a lifeline, which means they've got quick reset and recovery. Vatari being pulled by Muffins. Jukesy on the low ground. This could be maybe a full knock to follow through there. Sadly, Fisher with the re-knock and the reset. It's just going to be Jukesy probably running away here. If Jukesy actually decides to fight this out, I'd be surprised. So, Shout out though to the Valkyrie. West Virginia are still alive. They're potentially fighting out SJSU. Then she reached into her pocket and withdrew a business card. Within it, between her middle and pointer, she passed it over to me. Here, you seem like the person I'm looking for, she said as I took the card. If you need a job, just give me a call. I could really use you. Then she turned on her heel and clicked away. I stared after her. That was odd. I flicked the card in my pocket and continued grocery shopping. Southern Mississippi. Nice, simple trades into the Los area. The UCF Knights, their journey is already over in 15th overall for Kennesaw State Black. Here comes the push play. Third party on the exchange, but Kindly Monkey and Elixirs are separated. USM are a duo, though. This is Zach W. Keys. They've got to commit for a knock of one, but Kindly Monkey will go down as Limbox find the end as well. Why the F did 5 actual teams go to Lotus? You know, it's just how it goes. Kennesaw now a 2v1 advantage against USM. Minnesota are also part of the picture as West Virginia Wesleyan. They might take a fight here against SJSU. Guys, I gotta read the next paragraph. I stepped into our second floor apartment, nudging the doors open with my hip. The grocery bags braceleted on my arms. Honey, I'm home, I yelled through the kitchen. As I joke and toss the bags onto the kitchen counter. Ottawa will face a knock of one as Guillermo from Alabama might actually get a full set knock recovery there, but Abysmal caught out from the stairwell tells me this is probably the end of Alabama. That, whoever that is, they don't even understand where Cloaked is. Single-handedly breaking ankles, one shot exchange at a time. Cloaked may miss that final third there, but the entirety of Ottawa, they only need a fraction of their strength to beat out Alabama. Do they have ears? Probably not. Rain, my roommate yelled as she dashed into the kitchen, crumpled magazine in hand. You know Nick Jonas? I shot her a strange look as I pushed the milk into its compartment in the fridge. Yeah, sure, I said. Look at this picture of him. Ruby thrust the magazine in my face for my eyes to land on a shirtless Nick Jonas. How is he still single? I shrugged, putting up cereal. Must not use deodorant. She rolled her eyes, setting the magazine down and grabbing a handfully of M&Ms from the jar on the counter. So did you find a job today?
We should go that way.
Hey, look at Nick. Anyways, did you find a fucking job, you neat? Hey, we live right outside of... Wait, I sighed. No, there's no one wanting to hire someone who majored in journalism and fashion. Hey, she said, we live right outside of New York. Keep looking. Don't give up hope. She gave me a wink. Well, do you want to join me for a marathon of Buffy the Vampire Slayer? Ruby wiggled her eyebrows at me, making me laugh in reply. Yeah, go ahead and start. I'll be there in a bit, I laughed. Damn. A knock on a Kindly Monkey. Oh, boy. Yeah, you don't even know your wife's fanfic. You never read your wife's fanfic. She gave me a thumbs up and bounded down the hall to the living room. Taking my purse in my room, I set it on the bed, unwrinkling the grocery store receipt. My broke college days were over. I was now stuck in that aftermath of completely dry green. The business card that had been handed floated to a bed comforter, shining me at a flashing sign. I sighed. I didn't even know the lady. She could toss me into prostitution. Of course. These are the things to worry about with random ladies. You are correct. You could become a slave. A sex slave. I pulled out my cell phone and dialed the number from the card, letting it ring and send chills up my spine. Hello, Scarlett O'Dare speaking. She's definitely British, by the way. Hello, Scarlett O'Dare speaking. It was, by the way, everything is misspelled horrendously on this. It is so great to read this. It was definitely the lady from the market. I couldn't forget the unmistakable professional tongue. I cleared my throat. Hi, you gave me the card at the supermarket? Yes, Blondie, I remember you. Think you need a job now? She asked. My eyes widened at my own response. Yeah. I think I could hear what you have to offer. Great, she chirped, and I could hear the crinkling of her lips as she smiled through the phone. I'm gonna skip chapters. I'm gonna skip chapters. How deep does this go? Let's skip to chapter 22.
I have eyes on the enemy.
This way. Header.
Hostile right here, right in front of me.
Let's go this way.
No. Nothing smutty in there. Chapter 28, spicing things up. There's fighting happening, but I don't think it's nearly as entertaining as Pioneers are going to shoot someone. Someone's going to go down. Southern Miss is in a 1v1 scenario. Zach W. Keys beats them. Congratulations, USM's still in it. Sorry for the long wait. And oh, by the way, steamy chapter. Tugs collar uncomfortably. Nick and I laughed together, singing along to every word of the songs, his voice beautifully hitting every note while mine faltered and wavered like a broken record. But he didn't care. It was almost as if I made him laugh more, pulled me closer to him, and rubbed his hand up and down the length of my arm. The movie had ended, and I sat snuggled up to his side, our backs against the couch, Criminal Minds on the television. West Virginia Wesleyan! They'll get a knock on to Southern Mississippi Esports. The full send to the rest of the rosters here. Are you doing No. I'm just... I'm just doing stuff. Shout out to Envy here. Load key. We're gonna get the knock reset. There we go, Envy. Dom 2 cracked, and the rest of Fisher traded again by West Virginia here. It's golden. Holy shit. 1v1 scenario. It's up to Envy versus Golden. Thermite nades are critical, but it's not enough to crack Golden, just enough to find Fisher down. I will say, though, that is pretty big for the end game for Fisher. Golden will be sniped in the back, though. And single-handedly, Envy really did slam you guys. Our legs tangled up underneath the blanket. Nick's calf pressed against mine. My eyes wandered to the arm wrapped around me. My eyes dancing across his forearm where his tattoo laid etched into my skin. What does this mean? I asked, lightly tracing my fingertip across the inner crevice of his elbow. What does this mean, babe? Nick looked at me, watching my fingers skim its edges. It means God is greater than the highs and lows? What? I stopped tracing it, letting my hand fall into my lap and watching as his face seemed too long for my touch once more. Why did you get it? My voice softer. Nick cleared his throat, his eyes falling to where my hands rested in my lap. Traveled down to where our intertwined legs were concealed beneath the blanket. Then he spoke, because no matter how sucky the life seems, God is greater than it all. No matter how awesome my career may be going or how nice the clothes on my back are and the increasing number of fans, God is still greater. He says it's a humbling reminder to remember who's in charge, and that I'm merely just a man. West Virginia. Oh yeah. West Virginia Wesleyan Kaiju. They'll take a couple of knocks. 5 squads remaining, and Kai and Drake will go down, but they've got the bridge. I stared at his face, memorizing the contours and dip of his cheekbones, the shadow above his upper lip, and the angle of his eyelashes, their descend before the dip and the shot towards the sky. He caught me staring, but I wasn't embarrassed. His face told me he had been doing the same thing. The clicking of our brains as we memorized each other, each swoop and curve and sharp turn of a road map that made us who we are. His other hand lifted. His other hand lifted, lightly falling onto my cheek, his long fingers reaching around my face to touch the tip of my ear. I closed my eyes. I closed my eyes, wishing I could imprint this feeling into a nice steel filing cabinet in my heart. I leaned into his touch, feeling him supporting me, feeling him tell me if I wanted, I could fall over. I could fold into myself and let go, and there he would be, holding myself up. I reopened my eyes, wondering when we had gotten closer to each other, when the distance had been eradicated and there was just breath and aching lips. Nick's eyes stared at my mouth, then back up to meet my gaze before closing the remaining emptiness separating us. His lips caressed mine, like a touch of feathers silently tracing the edge of me, a stroke of a paintbrush sweeping across a canvas. It was a sweet, oh so sweet. St. Clair Saints as a duo, Rusty here. UT Orange, a trio down below, and I can only assume it might be West Virginia as a duo up above. As a duo, we'll see how this one go. UT Orange, the climb up here could come back to bite them. The minute they peek out those, the minute they find a knock on a Dean PS, a final P2020 shot, and it will be the Longhorns picking up the final dub of the day. Damn, they actually like get into an argument. Apparently he brings up another girl at some point, and that's like, we all know, like, that's the wrong thing to do when you're with like the one you actually love. Sorry, spoilers of the chapter. It doesn't get that husky. All right, let's take a look. A quick refresh means that Fisher Esports, Bellevue at 73, Southern Miss at 67, West Virginia, second place with 59, Ottawa at 58, 44 for St. Clair Saints, UCF Knights at 43, UT Orange does get to 8th, 40, albeit, I don't know if they survive that much. I wanted her to end it with him getting hit by a car. I do like that. UFC Exodus at 34, SJSU at 33, KSU Black at 32, and 30 for RIT Orange, Minnesota, CSU, Purdue Black, ISU Farmers, USU Goats, TAMU Maroon, Alabama, and TMU Bold. Now, I'm not quite sure if the overall standings are updated, but right now, UT doesn't make it. ISU does on a tiebreaker. UCF does. And it looks like teams like KSU Gold, RIT, KSU Gold might have dropped down here. UCF Knights. Where's UCF Knights? Right there. They managed to make it. Holy shit. Are the tiebreakers sorted already? I don't think so. Say, swear to God, we scrap by. I don't know if this tiebreaker between you and UT Orange is actually legitimate. I don't know if ISU had a better day than UT Orange. I don't know how they're doing it. I mean, technically, you've all qualified for playoffs, but my favorite Ledge players, Vize. Shout out to fake girlfriend. Epilogue. How long did it take? How long did it take your wife to write this? Oh, there's a lot. God damn, 200,000 views. Shout out. Okay. Feed your damn cat. He's getting fed. Stopped writing a long time ago. Well, she needs to pick it up. She needs to pick that shit back up. Okay. We just shared an incredible moment on stream that she'll have to go back and rewatch and totally not cringe about. UT Orange is in? No shit. I think UT Orange beats the tiebreaker against She was very mad at me when I told her. Oh, dear. She's got to go listen to that actually go through. All right, guys. Whether you like it or not, you got to play playoffs, ISU Farmers. Teams like RIT, Augusta, USU, Western Outlaws, UCSD, Chop Temple Cherry, University of Houston, Ottawa Garnet, Illini Orange, Alabama, William & Mary, Utah Summit, FSU, Arkansas State, Southeastern, MST, Guelph Griffins, and U.S. Naval Academy are going to have to play playoffs. All right? So, KSU Gold might join them there. Everyone else has made it all the way with a bye to semifinals. At least if this is the updated point standing. I know OY, check it later. If OY screams that ain't it, then that might not be it. That game was won by someone else. All right, time to raid somebody. Who should I raid? Could raid girl. I haven't raided girl in a long time. Anyone from Collegiate live? Anyone from Collegiate want my viewers? Riley Mechanac? We did Riley Mechanac last time. Dom, you get too many. You know what? I've never rated Schmalls. All right, Schmalls. Schmalls, it doesn't say you're live. Fucker. I'll go live if you raid me. I'm hungry, me go eat. I'm just going to look through. Fuck it. I'm raiding girl. You guys can go hang out with the chill one. Mace-off? I've never heard it. Darquisha? Mace-off? Who the hell's Mace-off? All right, they got one viewer. Yeah, this sounds hilarious. One viewer, Andy. I'm going to start the raid. Thank you guys so much for tuning into Premier League. Thanks for tuning into the regular season. If you're a big fan of Premier and all this other shit, by the way, remember, IRL Olympics, 10th and 11th. 10th and 11th, okay? Tomorrow is Contenders League, as is Sunday. The first 2 days of NECC as well this upcoming weekend. But 10th and 11th, the IRL Collegiate Olympics. Thank you guys for watching.